Okay, let's get down to it, boppers.
That's the Queen of Soul, Lady Soul, Aretha Franklin, Artist of the Day. Hey everybody, welcome to Ron and Fez Show, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. Coming up a little later on in the show, Luke Wilson is going to stop by. He's on a TV show now called Enlightened. I don't have the papers in front of me, but it's a Mike White show. Mike White did a film years ago that I used to tease Fez about called Chuck and Buck. Or, as my title was always, Suck and Fuck with Chuck and Buck, because that was one of the lines. And when Fez had a close friendship, I used to tease him about that. I used to call him and his friend Chuck and Buck, even though at that time, Fez, you didn't know that you were gay.
No, I just thought it was a very intense friendship, and boy, two pals couldn't be closer. Well, they could be, but...
Anyway, this Enlightened. Mike White is like... he's kind of like Fez. If Fez was comfortable with himself and creative, he would be Mike White. Your fucking power animal should be Mike White. And he's really just... This show's gotten crazy. We had Laura Dern on last year when the show started. And... the strange thing about it is there's a lot of other characters that are as nutty on this as Laura Dern, but in somewhat different ways. It's a very strong show. But anyway, we're going to bring Luke Wilson as. You might know him as Dignan and Future Man's younger brother. My name's Dignan, so what? A lot to talk about today, though. For some reason, there is a control board sitting in the hallway. Fez is handing me a note. Huh? All right. I don't know why I'm now in the middle of these things. It is... Where's the hell is Chris Stanley at? What are you doing over there, Chris?
Right here. Pips is taking care of some. I'll be inside in momentarily.
What is Pips doing?
He's taking care of some upstairs in the office.
Yeah, but you won't tell me specifically what's going on. I'm almost like... I know there's a lot of weird shit happening today.
Everything's gravy.
This is Luke Wilson Day, and I want it to go perfectly.
Look, the guy hates fucking talking about water sports. I know, so let's not bring it up. Could set him off.
I don't know what he's talking about, do you, Fizz?
I have no idea.
You know, could you please put a sweater on because your arms are just disgusting.
Well, it's really hot in here.
But then you've got, it looks like you got a trach sore in your throat.
Well, I have to, there is no line between my chest hair and my beard.
You don't have to put this shirt on, but the black and blue marks are just disgusting.
It's like a battered woman's shelter in there.
Tomorrow is your 1 year coming out anniversary.
Yes, it is.
And it's a day for you to celebrate of all the fun gay men that you met over the years, the gay sex that you took place, and the freedom that you've experienced being out.
I've had none of that. No gay sex.
No gay sex, no gay friends.
No gay friends at all. Not a single one. And it's also the anniversary of my father dying tomorrow. 2 years I lost him.
Which one, did you look behind the couch? Which one seems more powerful to you? Is it coming out or your dad dying? 2 years.
It's my dad dying 2 years.
So
I was hoping it wouldn't be so emotional on me this year.
Yeah.
But it's just been crushing all week. I've been trying to push it off to Saturday, to the actual day, to have a meltdown.
You're looking forward to the meltdown.
I've scheduled one. Because it's just going to pop out at any second.
What is it that you're melting down about?
It's just a big crying jag of just being sad about losing my father.
Mm-hmm.
And so I start to think about it, and I just get really, really emotional.
What's there? What's the closest feeling? Like, what's that thing that...
It's
that you feel like you need to express?
it's just a pain that's still really, really raw. It's an open wound, and I just remember those, when it happened, I kind of relived that, and just being so sad that I couldn't breathe,
I know.
and I would just cry until I puked.
It's so weird because a lot of times I can relate to you, but in this case, I've always been such a good son that I don't have those kind of regrets. I was just on the phone with my dad last night.
That must have been nice.
We were laughing and joking and doing what we call presidential trivia time.
That's what me and my dad used to do every Saturday morning.
We like to go all the way back until, all that we really know is from Clinton on. I'm not even sure if I don't even know if that was a republic before Clinton. I think before that we had kings or something. At least that's what. So you just miss your dad.
Yeah, I just really, really miss him.
Well,
it would have been fun to have him here during this past election year.
Oh, it would have been fun to have him here today.
Yeah.
For, Luke Wilson. I know he was a giant Bottle Rocket fan.
Absolutely.
And your dad and I went out to see Rushmore and Royal Tenenbaums together.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought, all right, I didn't know you went to see movies with my dad.
Somebody had to. You ignored him most of the time. He goes like this. This is so much better than that stupid kid bringing up presidential trivia with me. What president had 2 vice presidents?
Grant?
Yes.
Wait, really?
Yeah. You love Grant,
Yeah.
huh?
All right.
Why don't we go up to his tomb sometime, just me and you?
All right, cool. I'll eat some brownies and just fucking hang out by the tomb.
Why don't you get together with your dad?
Oh, he's gone. Long gone.
All right, well then, what about Pips and his dad?
Nope. Nowhere to be found.
Huh.
Other than you, we're pretty dadless around here.
I guess there's only one good son in the place.
Yeah, I'm a bad son. I'd do that regardless. I like being a lone wolf. Fuck it. Fuck it, Fez.
Maybe you could go out tomorrow with your lone wolf buddy.
Couple of lone wolves together.
Wait, hold on. I got to write down. I want to congratulate myself on helping my dad eat healthy and stay alive.
You won the dad pool.
Yeah. Well, I didn't take him to fucking get M&Ms every single time he came to New York.
My father loved candy.
Yeah, maybe too much. Maybe too much. Travis, you're on the Run and Fez show.
I just figured I'd pass it along. Opie and Anthony are now big boys now. They can go to the bathroom without an armed escort. I figured you might want to put it up on the interrobang.
Well, I'm glad that it finally came up, but like when I do O&A's show, I do have to tell them that I don't need anyone to go to the potty with me. That
I knew you were a big boy, Ronnie. You don't need somebody to hold your hand.
But you actually have to tell their guys, no, I'm fine to go. Because they look out for you, too, as a guest.
Oh, nice.
I don't know who were worried about getting us. I guess Cousin Brucey tried to jump us.
Well, there's security downstairs. There's guys with dogs and shit, and then there's security up here. And then the security down the outside the studio. And there's metal detectors. It's pretty safe.
You got to be careful in the bathrooms, though, because Fez has had water thrown on him and his shirt pulled up while he was trying to pee.
It's fucking attack.
And that all happened from you.
I'm just trying to point out what could go wrong.
See, that's the thing. Why would you want... I stake out the bathroom and hope no one is around it when I have to use it. Why would you want someone outside the door while you're trying to use it?
See, people with bathroom problems, you got to get over it, dude.
You know the only way you're going to get over it is if you shit yourself. Then you're going to fucking learn.
Then I should have been over it a long time ago.
Oh, God. Fucked up.
You want to do something else tomorrow besides watch home movies of your dad and cry?
What else?
I don't know. I'll take you to the zoo. What else you do with retards? Where else they like to go? One of those fucking bumper card places? Would you rather focus on it and cry? Because a lot of people wrote to me and said, Don't let Fez watch the DVD and cry. He's just going to spend the day crying. And I wrote back, if that's how he wants to mourn, why wouldn't you let the guy? Who's to say what way you're supposed to miss your dad? I mean, I would not be doing what you're doing to yourself, but I would assume that you've planned this all week and you can't wait. So there's kind of got to be some kind of a payoff for you, right?
Yeah.
A release.
Yeah, I know I'm going to have a heavy cry tomorrow, if not already. And I just want to, I'm trying to keep it all contained so I'm not crying for the next 2 weeks over it and just get it all out on Saturday.
So just have a good cry day.
Yeah.
What are you going to have, like a bunch of carbohydrates to eat with it? You already planned that? Like
No.
just you and a big cake and your tears? Wait, did I just cry?
No.
Is that what a cry is?
No.
What is a cry? How does a cry go?
It's
How do you get the water out of your eyes?
it just happens. You get overcome by emotion and you just start.
Like you got to like put like sand in your eye or something?
No, it just happens naturally.
And it's salty.
I get very choked up first, and then my voice gets very even more nasal.
No, you're not nasal anymore, dude. You're very bassy. You're like one of those bass gays. Excuse me. Could you do me a favor and move your ass? I'm trying to push my car through here. You ever see like those gay guys that are like fucking pushy with everyone? Lady, would you put that cigarette out?
They're very over the top, and they just want to dominate everyone in their lives.
Oh, why do you know what? We're not going to now start round people up. I was talking about a voice, and now you're taking it to, oh, don't you hate gays? No, I'm not part of that, Chris.
Thank you, Ron.
Let's get a posse together.
They don't want pussy.
Posse.
You always have a nice cry day about your parents? Like, do you plan a day and start crying?
Like my mom passed away. Like the first year anniversary, I just got drunk, and then afterwards I almost tried to force it, but there was nothing there. I don't know if I was over it, but I couldn't do it on the fucking anniversary day. It just felt weird.
When I really have to cry, I just stick my finger down my throat and I just let it out from there.
That's vomiting.
Yeah. Same thing, right?
No.
Crying's like eye vomit.
Like puke that comes out of your eyes, Fez?
Yeah, clear. I guess if you want to call it that, clear vomit.
Garth, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys. Hey, Fez, so you're going to cry about your dad tomorrow.
Yes.
But it's also your 1 year anniversary coming out of the closet. Wouldn't your dad want you to be happy? Why don't you go out and have fun, dude?
I'll answer that one no. Fez was raised to cry. Well, you were raised that crying was a good thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, my dad cried a lot. My dad would get very emotional at sad things, happy things. That Whitney Houston singing at the Super Bowl in Tampa, he was just bawling.
Yeah, well, she didn't sing. They just played a record. Your dad fucking...
I think that's what he was upset about.
He cried for a lip sync. Thank you for your service, Whitney.
All she did was sing.
Who just ran?
I don't know. It's always weird when people run by here.
Don't run, dude. We're fucking adults here.
People are fucking lickety split. They're fucking losing their shit out there.
Lickety split, huh?
Oh yeah.
Hey, I want everything really nice around here for Luke Wilson.
Make sure everything fucking runs perfect.
Hey, quick question. Yeah. Should I open this with Luke, I am your father, or hello, Mr. Wilson?
Personally, I'd go hello, Mr. Wilson, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not, neither would be good.
Should I do hello, Mr. Wilson, or Wilson, like I'm Tom Hanks, and my fucking volleyball got away from me?
I don't know.
And when he's leaving, I'll just be yelling, Wilson! I've all but turned on poor Tom Hanks. I don't know why. I know why. Too much success.
He was good in Cloud Atlas.
I loved Cloud Atlas.
All of his incantations of himself throughout time were
Someone
fantastic.
got very mad at me and you for saying that Cloud Atlas was interesting, and they wrote, are you just fucking lying to us? Is this one of those things where you lie to us? I'm like, no, you have a large group of people that you can join in and say that you hated it. But when I watched it, I was surprised that I believed so many of the reviews how awful it was, because I thought they tried. Now, was it a total success everywhere? No, but the failures were interesting failures.
It was so beat up. It was everyone destroyed. Well, the majority of people destroyed this movie, and when watching, I was like, "That there's no reason for this thing to be getting fucking destroyed like it is."
By the way, too, something else that what's their last names? The director Wachowskis did. The Speed Racer film was, for a CGI film, so weird, and if I was a little kid, I would have loved it. But when I watched it, I'm like, this is really nuts. Like, they have a tendency to go beyond what the regular people are doing. So again, I'm going to take it back to the failures are kind of interesting failures, because they're trying to go they're trying to take this thing yard.
Yeah, it was nothing. It was not like any other fucking storyline in a movie you've seen before. It's fucking great.
Find out why Fez has a throat stigmata, and see if we can't get somebody down here from Ripley's Believe It or Not. You're all busted up. You're bleeding, and you're planning a cry day.
This doesn't look good, Fez.
No, that was a shaving accident where I tried to keep a separation between my chest hair and my beard.
He loves talking about body things, Fez. He'll jump in every time. Is there something that you wish you would have said to your dad that you never got the chance? I mean, is there unfinished business?
I guess I just maybe should have told him I loved him more. I mean, we said that to each other all the time, but I don't know if it ever really, if you ever feel like you said it enough.
It just seems like the love that you and your dad had for each other was just physical.
No, it wasn't physical at all.
Let's get physical. Physical.
Incest.
How do your brothers and sisters' mom handle this day? Everybody have a rough time with it?
Yeah, everybody does.
So I got an idea. Why don't you buy a reef and throw it in the Hudson? And that could be your thing. And just watch it go sailing. I think you need to do something but sit in your apartment.
That sounds like a good idea. The rest of them, they all go to the Memorial Garden.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like a reef in the Hudson. Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do that.
What time?
I'll do it like really early.
Early in the morning?
Yeah, because like early on Saturday morning is when I would always talk to my dad, and we'd talk some politics and presidential trivia and stuff. So I'll just get up early and do that.
Here's what we'll do. I'm going to meet you down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hicks, get me a bag of rocks. I got an idea.
No problem. Done.
I'd throw it out there far enough so it's like a really good shot. Like if someone did throw, no one's going to throw stuff at it. But if they did.
I always impressed my father with my arm strength.
Because your dad was in the Navy, right? Was
yeah.
he? No, was he?
No, he was not.
What branch of the service?
He was in the National Guard.
Huh. So no wonder you're mourning him on the weekend. I got a great idea. I don't know if they have these. I think they have those candy wreaths, because your dad loved candy, right?
Totally love candy.
Like, get a wreath. We're going to tie some certs to it. And by the way, Fez has had certs in his pockets for 2 years now.
Yeah. Yep. Every day. I kept the original roll of his that's put away that was in his pocket when he died. The last one he was... And and even one of my brothers was like, what happened to the certs?
Huh.
That was his gimmick.
Well, he had to. He would always pop his certs, and he would always say to me, no one likes cum breath.
Wow.
Again, like going to the movies, I didn't realize he had that conversation with you.
I didn't know cum breath was a problem of his. God.
So, reef tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Then what? Because I want you to keep yourself busy. How about this? Rent a bike and ride around the island of Manhattan. That's something you never did with your dad.
No.
What's something that you never did with your dad?
Played catch. Even though he was a huge baseball fan.
You never played catch with your dad?
No.
Dude, then you should cry tomorrow.
No.
You should be sobbing.
I think it was because it would be outside and the neighbors would have to see us. We couldn't do it indoors.
So what? What's wrong with it? Seriously. It takes fucking 5 minutes to start to be able to play catch, even for an uncoordinated kid. People think it's a big deal if you can't fucking do something right off the bat. It isn't. Just fucking yell at your neighbors, come and see me in a month, and then see who's fucking laughing. Oh, and by the way, those shingles burn. So sleep tight, fuckos.
Just have a can of gasoline. Like, this is for you later.
Just be standing outside, have a can of gasoline, just everyone's holding the torch, and just yell, not tonight, but one night.
I'll never see this shit coming. I'll be dead of smoke fucking asphyxiation before this place even burns. Bunch of goddamn marshmallows, not fucking.
Don't you believe that your dad's with you all the time anyway?
No, I think he's gone. I don't believe in any sort of afterlife. I think he's just gone.
Then who was leaving all that change for you that time?
That was coincidence that I was trying to project my father into. Dirty change on the street. I was trying to see my father's face in it. All I saw was Lincoln's.
But you felt better then, before Penn Jillette knew that told you that you were retarded. And did you ever hear back from that other woman that wanted to interview? She was afraid to write back?
Yeah.
Write her again.
Yeah.
And say, don't ever fucking act like you're going to interview Pheasant and then not do it. And then just put a picture of a fire and then just say, I'm sorry, is this your house in the future? Could be. Right back, fucko.
Fucking crazy bitch.
Put it as a heading, the internet will never protect you from me. Oh, great fire pictures.
I'll just put a bunch of burning houses in the email.
Could you Photoshop her head in the middle of that? Looking out the window and right under it?
There's probably a picture of her on fucking line, so I could just do that.
And just put under it flesh burns.
Flesh?
I'm sorry, Fez. What were you talking about before the craziness? Oh, a way for you to honor your dad. You never played catch with your dad, huh?
Never played, no.
Well, here's the perfect thing. You throw the reef out there. It's floating. You have a ball, but have a bag of balls and try to get in the middle of the reef. And then yell, that's you, Dad. Well, why are you doing all this thing if you think he doesn't even exist? Why are you honoring something that doesn't exist?
I'm remembering him and being sad from when he was here.
But I mean, why do you guys go to the Memorial Gardens and all that?
Oh, well, they all believe he's in heaven.
Oh.
They think he's in heaven and that he's actually still eating candy there.
Oh, so they leave candy and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yes. There will be certs at the Memorial Garden, which I consider just littering. Candy and jelly bellies and flowers.
Who picks up all that? Because people leave liquor and shit by graves all the time, right? Like, I guess the graveyard tenders just steal that shit.
I don't know. I never hung around long enough for the cleanup crew. I don't like to go out to a cemetery, to tell you the truth. I don't like the idea of it.
There's a fucking giant one near my house. It's just huge. It feels like it goes on for fucking like a mile.
I'll just say this. Because it's a private, at night, it's quiet there. When you're a kid, some kids like to go out to the cemetery and get high and fuck over the graves. But not in some kind of a heavy metal way, just because they know no one's coming around.
Yeah.
So just know that if you get fucking planted somewhere, some kids are probably going to fuck on top of you.
Shoot cum all over your fucking grave. Oh, fuck that. Just get burned. No one's going to fuck on top of an urn. Just feel fucking uncomfortable.
Here's Jeremy telling you why you should be happy, Fez. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Here's why you should be happy. I think this whole atheism thing uses logic, but here's more logic for you. Your dad could still be here in a sense, because if all energy is transferable and all we are is energy, then why can't your consciousness be transferable?
Well, because here's the only side to that. And I totally get that, the atoms go on. No one's ever debating that. But we've never seen consciousness transfer in any way before. We have no idea how that would work, no scientific idea.
Well, science doesn't know, period. You can't prove it doesn't.
Yeah, but there's not even a theory on how consciousness could move. There's no historical fact to back up what you're saying. Like maybe if you're saying somehow it went to another universe, was sucked out of here, heaven is some other universe that you somehow breathe. I don't know. Science is where you fucking threw yourself off. And now you just hung up. You don't even want to sit here and discuss it. Like my old thing about the reincarnation, I would totally think that you should be able to take the knowledge that you had before. Imagine how advanced our race would be.
Oh, we were ridiculously smart.
Yeah.
We know all the fucking problems that have come up before.
Well, yeah, we would just know not to make the same kind of personal mistakes. I'm not saying even our technology would be any further along, but we would know, hey, I know what you're going through. I did the same thing back in Egypt like 3,000 years ago. Let her go. You're going to see her not in this lifetime, but probably another 7 or 8. And we would stop bothering each other so much. And then just think, Fez wouldn't sit around crying because he would be like, it would be the same reason that you don't cry when your dad went to the store or something. Unless you were one of those little fucking sissy kids who cried because their dad went to the store.
My dad just fucking went to get beer and came back. It was no problem.
Yeah, but he had some for the both of you. And then you guys would have beer can catch.
Let's split a sixer, dude.
Fez, maybe you could honor your dad tomorrow by eating 2 gallons of ice cream.
He would have liked that. He would have liked to eat 2 gallons of ice cream.
He'd like to be alive, probably, huh?
Yeah, he'd be thrilled.
Did he, say, I'm ready to go now?
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, he went into cardiac arrest and was completely out. And they had to do emergency surgery on him, and they didn't think he would live through the surgery, so they were asking us what to do. And he actually came out of, his mini coma, got coherent enough that they could ask him, and he couldn't speak because he had a respirator in, but he wrote down the word procedure because he wanted to have the surgery to save his life.
And did you guys already know that he would want the procedure? Had you already said yes, he wants the procedure?
No, we were still going back and forth on it. No, my mother immediately said he wouldn't want to do that. He wouldn't want to keep suffering. So that was just the first of many things we got so wrong with this man dying.
It was so
we didn't know him at all.
Here was the cutest thing. I'm sitting with Fez's mom the night that her husband died, and your mom is just this. Well, you have your own thing. I have my own. I just, to me, she's just like a nice little lady. Fez sees her as, Satan reincarnated who ruined his life. I've never found that. I just find her to be adorable. And she's sitting there next to me. She's doing that thing that ladies do when they're like this with you,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm just sitting with her. And she goes, well, this is another chapter in my life. I'll be starting a new chapter in my life. And I go, sounds like the dullest book ever fucking written. Don't even bother writing up your life story.
Chapter 1 is 60 years long.
Chapter 1. And we sat. And sometimes we went out to Winnebago. No one wants to read this story.
One of my favorite... when...
There's no fucking story here. I'm sorry.
I think she
see a lot of film.
I think she published it online when they're self-publishing things where, it feels like a real book, but it isn't.
Well, one thing that made me smile that night was after he did die, and he actually died a couple of times before it took. But after he died, my mother, me and my little brother were up here, and instead of her saying, call your sister or call your other brother, she goes, call Ronnie.
Yeah.
And let him know.
She always wanted me close by.
That was the first person she said to call.
Well, she said I'm the only one who's not going to act like a fucking infant.
All right, you level head. You should have brought a can of gasoline in there and just...
I was the only one not trying to make it all about me and be running down the hall screaming. Charlie, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Ronnie B, everybody can mourn their father. The question comes down to what is Fez doing the other 364 days in the year? I think people would have a lot more empathy for Fez if just on an average day he wasn't just depressed and crying and feeling the worst. And I lost my dad. June 1st is a bad day for me. I lost him in 1987. Not a day goes by I don't miss my father. That's the worst thing that can happen to a young man is losing a father. Okay? But, Fezzy, you got to live your life eventually. Eventually.
Yes, that's why I have reserved Saturday for my morning. Not on the air, not, in public.
You're
just
good
on
that
Saturday.
way. You're good that way, Fez. Here is a... so funny. He acts like we're not here every day. Here's an interesting thing. This kind of ties in to you. This guy, his last words, Texas, of course, where they love to kill him. And he said, here's his last words. Cowboy up. I'm fixing to ride, and Jesus is my vehicle.
No, that's badass.
Now, this is the same guy who doused his girlfriend with gasoline and set her on fire.
All right.
But let me explain something to you, Chris Stanley.
Yeah.
So you can understand religion.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that this guy is saying in the terms of Christianity is true. He's on his way to heaven.
Yep.
You would be better off being a mass murderer, a Sandy Hook style murderer, than accept Jesus Christ in your heart and die than you were Gandhi. Gandhi would be in worse fucking shape than this guy who burned up his girlfriend because he accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior.
That don't seem right.
That's according to the book. That's according to the Bible.
Never read it.
And all the churches. The guys that Jesus was crucified with. One of the guys next to him, accepted at the very last second. Yeah, I think he was a murderer and a thief.
I thought they were just a thief.
I thought one was a murderer and one was a thief. Maybe they were both thieves.
I thought they were just two thieves.
So one of them accepted and was told, today you will be in paradise. You're getting paradise today.
So you're saying Jesus was an awful person for giving up paradise to a thief?
I'm just saying that's the way it works with the Christians.
Yeah, but I heard some sarcasm. Why can't you be honest about it? Because you're not saying it works that way with the Christians. It works that way with the Christ.
Yeah, that's he was giving it out to whoever.
Not to whoever. It isn't just fucking catch as catch can. Look, this is the deal. This is how you get over. You have to believe in Jesus Christ. That's it. That's all you have to do. To suddenly believe. And you don't, Fez. And that's why you're going to spend your life in a constant state of falling for eternity.
Never ending. Probably start vomiting.
Sometimes you're even falling up.
What the Jesus?
John, and I don't know, it might be nice. Once you get your shit together, maybe it feels like flying.
Spy report. Spy report. Spy report.
What do you got for me, John?
Hey, Ronnie B, it looks like the Blade Runner's on the loose. He got granted bail.
They said that was coming. And they said that the guy who was the lead investigator also was a murderer.
Yeah, he's had to leave the case, or they pushed him off the case because he is again going to court for 7 counts of attempted murder.
Attempted murder.
Because he shot at a van that was stolen, and there were 7 people in the van, so he got 7 counts of attempted murder because he shot at this fucking van full of people.
That's a mistake.
And then they're saying he fucking walked through the place with the mansion where it went down and just fucked up with the evidence and shit. He was walking in without any protective gear that would fuck up the crime scene. So they don't know if shit's been tampered with. This guy is just a fucking idiot, or he's corrupt, whichever one. I don't know. And now this guy's got fucking $100,000 bail. He's out. He's got to flee, right? He's got to fucking get the fuck out of the country.
I don't know. Maybe he'll walk for the first time in his life.
Not just stump shuffle.
See what I did? Stump shuffles. Fucking finally, we got something that a new dance craze.
Fuck you, Harlem Shake. But it seems like there's a chance he can walk now, which is fucking weird. Because the fucking guy definitely blew that girl away. Put me on the fucking jury.
Yeah, well, you're not even South African. You got nothing to do with it.
It's whatever, right? I'm a white man, right? They're white down there.
I'm reading what people are saying about this thing, and Arch said, "Who's to say yes or no whether Jesus is his vehicle?" I believe if you were a believer, you had to think that this guy was in every bit of good shape with Jesus as Tim Tebow himself is.
Well, Tim Tebow has decided he's not going to speak at that Dallas church, that Baptist church where he was going to go give a speech to.
Give a little bit. Why? What's wrong with that church?
Well, that is the same church where they have Robert Jeffries as the pastor, and he said things like Mormons are a cult.
True.
Gays are perverse, and
I know that for a fact.
And Islam promotes pedophilia.
Yeah, probably. I don't know as sure about that one because Islamic people have a tendency to kill people in the air, joke about them. So I'm not 100% sure. But I know the other two are true. 100%.
Well, he also said that 70% of gays all have AIDS.
Well, we never did a real study on that, so we don't know. I mean, I think if they were all the rest were still alive, it would be about 70%.
You don't even know how many gays there are.
Speaking of which, I watched a thing last night about Magic and Larry Bird. NBA channels running. I'm watching it like 1 o'clock in the morning. And when Magic gets the HIV, Larry Bird was destroyed.
Oh. You took it hard?
Unbelievably hard. It like made him like almost like not like basketball anymore for the first time in his life. Because those guys hated each other so much that they decided that they loved each other, you know? And then when he's just like, and now when Magic gets AIDS, shit, I don't even want to play ball. It was really fucking sad.
Was he out immediately when he announced?
Yeah.
Well,
see, here's what you got to remember. It was like, I think the early 90s. Yeah, I think it was like 1990, 91. And everybody, like, you know, back then, people were afraid even to, like, shake hands with somebody who had AIDS.
Any sort of contact, they thought.
Yeah.
Fuck.
People were really fucking weirded out by it. So, like, he couldn't even get, like, guys that were his teammates to play one-on-one. And then fucking Isaiah Thomas was saying to people, what do you think? You think he, you know.
Isaiah's a great guy.
He's like, you know, because, you know, straight people cannot get it. So I don't know what he was up to. You know, a lot of fucking guys that were his buddies were just inside the gossip thing on it.
Not Larry, though. He was just fucking...
Larry was a stand-up guy.
Good.
Larry was like, I like magic. One time I was on a tractor and the phone rang. It was magic. Shit, I like to beat him, though. I like to beat everybody.
Yeah. How's that working out for the Pacers?
Don't get mad at him. He did the best he could. He wished he could play every position.
With this Tebow thing, if you're a Christian...
We interrupted him.
If you're a Christian, you should be really pissed at Tim Tebow.
Why?
For canceling this. Well, he said that he needs to avoid controversy for professional reasons. Now, if he's the great Bible boy that he projects himself to be, then he believes all these things that this church does, because it's all right out of the Bible, that gays should be persecuted. If you don't believe in Christ, you're going to hell. You're going to be burned for eternity.
Yeah, but everybody has their own thing in the Bible. That's why we have so many churches. You're acting like Baptists and Catholics both have the Bible, and they would agree. And they don't.
No, but I mean, Tebow is the one who agreed to speak there. There must
Maybe he
be
didn't know-
similar beliefs.
Maybe he didn't know exactly everything that was happening with that church. You know what I mean? Maybe he just says to different churches, they say, will you speak here? We got a little bread for you. And he's like, yeah, I like to come down and make some money. But maybe he didn't know that they were controversial.
But even if they are, the things that they're saying.
No, the stuff about Islam is not in the Bible. The stuff about 70% of gays have AIDS is not in the Bible. You know this, that people speak their mind outside of the Bible. You just, for some reason, you hate Tim Tebow.
I despise Tim Tebow.
Why?
I don't know. I never liked him at Florida. I never liked, before I became an atheist, I never liked the praying in public.
I thought I didn't like him because of the hype, but then every time I see something like him with little kids, I'm like, he's a nice kid. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he's probably a fence post, but a nice one. I think his heart's in the right place.
Well, all he could do was hang out with fucking little kids during this past season.
No, even when he was in Denver and they're in the playoffs, he's bringing like a sick kid, and I mean really sick kids.
Like dead, like they're gonna fucking
sick.
Like they're going out. They're on their way out.
They could.
That's
but,
sad.
You know, they're working with stuff, but then he's grabbing them and like, hey pal, look, I'm gonna do something Fez never did with his dad. I'm gonna have a catch with you.
Oh, Tebow, you're great.
I don't know why you hate the guy.
Well, I think this just proves he's a phony. Pay attention to your own book. Blessed are those who are persecuted in Jesus' name. He doesn't want to take the heat for appearing at a church that he had no problem a day ago speaking
First of all,
at.
let me just say it. It's not a church. It's a church. And by adding that funny little horn to it, it doesn't help. But for somebody who's not a Christian, you sit around and you want to tell the other Christians how they should. You're still like an old church lady. You're just like an old church lady who doesn't believe in God.
I'm just pointing out their hypocrisy. How some of a church like this, who hates gay people,
why?
Because they're following the Bible.
Why didn't you learn anything from Frank DeCaro yesterday? You even said he's a good gay.
Yes, I did.
Because he's a fun gay. He's not sitting around screaming and angry with poor Tim Tebow.
I'm having fun with Tim Tebow. I think he just showed his ass on this. I think it's hysterical that he backed down from his own church.
That isn't his church. Liz says Fire says Fez hates Tebow until Tebow finally comes out. It's true. Oh, I wish we could get you to be friends with the LQ guys and be fun again.
That'd be great.
I don't know why they don't want to have anything to do with him. Maybe because he's too bitchy. All right, someone just wrote this in. You might not even want to hear it.
Oh, what's that?
When you talk this way, I'm glad your dad is dead.
Well, that's horrible to say.
What?
Scott, you're on the Ron Fez show.
Hey, Ron, how do you feel about atheists preaching to you about the Bible? Bible verses, everything.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, I really don't like preaching all that much on either side. I like discussion. You know what I mean? I love discussion about it. But when everybody is cocksure of their point of view, because personally I don't think there's any way to be sure of anything.
Also, the hardcore atheists, they read the Bible probably more than Christians do, just so they can.
The hardcore atheists are as annoying as hardcore Christians.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, really, you want to talk about atheism every single day?
And if the word God is brought up in any context, they'll fucking start. They'll harp on and attack it.
Harp, I get it. You're fucking attacking my people, the harps.
What?
Yeah, they call Catholics harps.
Hey, fucking throw me in the harp crew, because I'm fucking born Catholic.
Gary, you're on the Ron Fez show.
Hey, Ron, how you doing today?
Good.
I listened to you explain logic to Fez, and Fez just shuts you out, doesn't listen, ignores you. It gives me a much greater respect for my father, because he used to try to do the same thing to me, and I wouldn't listen. It's just like you're a dad talking to a kid who has just no intent on hearing anything you have to say.
But as you know, I mean, the thing is, when they are 3 or 4, you think to yourself they're going to catch on sooner or later. And they will see that the world isn't just black and white.
What if the kids are like really slow though?
Then I'll do the thing I always do. Daddy's going out for cigarettes, and I just get on that fucking on-ramp and just keep on going. Taking my tie off, throw it out, throw the fucking license out the window, all the credit cards, start a new life. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on the Run Fest show.
Oh, let me put down my hoagie and my Coke, man. I'm fucking starving.
Hoagie and Coke. I do wish I had a hoagie today.
No, it'll be fucking great. It'll be fucking great. Hey, Fezzy, man, I'm worried about you, buddy, and I love you. I lost my dad in '96, man, and I get everything you're going through. I hope that you will read this book, man. There's a new book coming out. The head editor of GQ wrote a book about his father dying called After an Evening with Friends. And Ronnie B, I think you'd like to get him on the show, man. But Fezzy, take a look at that book, buddy. And I just want to tell you, man, in the last year, all this shit, man, it's getting so toxic to you, Fezzy. And, you know, listening to the, who was the guy on yesterday from Out Q?
Frank DeCaro.
Yeah. I mean, Fezzy, do you think that guy's offended at the fucking birdcage and all this other shit? He probably loves that movie, man.
No, I think he's into. I think he embraces everything.
Yeah, but I mean,
including other men.
All these causes.
Sure. Fez doesn't even do that. Fez came out politically as a gay, but not physically as a gay. That's another weird thing that here you lost your dad 2 years tomorrow, and then 1 year ago tomorrow you made this big statement about what you were going to do with your life.
Yeah, so I'm kind of mourning that too because it hasn't been a productive year.
You may be the first failed gay in history. You could write a book. What if you came out and no one cared?
He didn't make the list of 50 people who came out over in 2012.
And then the other thing that we were really happy about is that Frank DeCaro called himself a fag, and Fez didn't correct him or say anything. You were saying after the show you were very intimidated that Frank was here.
Oh, yeah. I was really...
Did it feel like Highlander? Like there can only be one?
I felt very self-conscious about it. Yeah. Because I'm not good at being gay. Yet.
I didn't even know you had to. Like, no one ever sits around and thinks about being good at being straight.
It just happens, man.
When do you think his atheism will fail?
Maybe tomorrow with the whole dad thing.
I don't know. So, Fez doesn't like Tebow. Hey, the Oscar contest, we forgot to plug that today, but I'm going to put my votes in today. And I've now turned around and decided I'm going to win this thing. And I'm excited about the Oscars.
I want to win this goddamn Sling Blade signed by Billy Bob Thornton. I can't wait. I love having the fucking, I love having
I will
action.
tell you this, when I win it, I am going to then give it out on the air. But I am going to win this thing.
You know what? Keep it for yourself. It's a fucking cool prize.
Hey, what are today's people who got ripped off by the Oscars? That's up on the iBank. What's the name of it, too, Hicks?
People who were never nominated. It's unnominated Oscars. Unnominated Oscar-worthy performances, Part 4.
I will tell you this. If Daniel Day-Lewis doesn't win, most of the people that we have are going to be out.
See, that's why a dark horse is smart.
There's no way I would not vote for Phoenix if I was in the Academy. He'd be a lock for me.
The Academy are a bunch of stuffy dicks.
We don't know until they vote. We have to wait and see what they vote for. By the way, everybody before the Academy voted for Daniel Day-Lewis. I know that you think that he sucks as an actor.
What?
I happen to think that he's brilliant.
Well, I never said I thought Daniel Day-Lewis sucks.
Well, you called them stuffy dicks for voting for him.
Well, the guy's got 2. Okay, the guy's got 2 goddamn Best Actor Oscars.
That's not even all that much.
But no, that's fucking good. That's a good run.
I would vote for Luke Wilson too, because he's coming in a little bit.
Oh, Luke deserves it.
Luke's been in some classic films.
I love Idiocracy.
I love that film too.
That is, and they're playing a lot on Comedy Central. I never fucking stop watching it.
All right, well, let's go over the things.
Burt Lancaster, The Sweet Smell of Success.
Love that movie. Burt Lancaster absolutely needed to be nominated for that. And by the way, that entire movie, you can look out our window and see where it was shot. It was on Times Square in probably mid-50s.
Johnny Depp, Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, it was a really great role.
It's fucking nuts.
I wonder why they didn't, I guess because the Tim Burton angle, it all looks silly to them. But he nailed that, man.
Too weird. If he didn't have the scissor hands, he was just a simple man with regular hands. I think he would have had a much better shot.
So you wouldn't have called the movie Edward Regular Guy with Regular Hands.
Or just Ed Hands. Steve Buscemi, Fargo. Shut the fuck out.
Although, who won that year? Would have been like a Best Supporting Actor, right?
Yeah.
Let's go over that year, because Buscemi was unbelievable in that.
All right.
I remember seeing that movie and being depressed. Just like the actual cinematography of the white snow and the white sky, and there's no fucking skyline at all. It actually depressed me.
Oh.
I got like seasonal fucking whatever from watching a
seasonal.
movie. Yeah. Deficiency, whatever the fuck it is.
Best Supporting that year, Cuba Gooding Jr. for
Please.
Jerry Maguire.
Please. It's fucking terrible.
Best Picture, English Patient.
Well, who else was in the supportings? Who would he needed to bump out?
William H. Macy, Fargo.
Great.
Armin Mueller-Stahl, Shine. Ed Norton, Primal Fear. James Woods, Ghost of Mississippi. Jesus.
Well, first of all, let's get into something. Are they saying that Norton was just a supporting actor in that film? The fucking film was about him, not Richard Gere.
I think they're going to say Gere was the star of the fucking movie.
I guess he was, but fucking Norton had to been in 70-80% of the film.
Well, he
All
was
right,
really young.
I'm gonna agree with the Buscemi thing. This list has been phenomenal this year, by the way.
It's eye-opening. George C. Scott, Dr. Strangelove.
Absolutely.
Brad Davis, Midnight Express.
I would have thought that he was nominated. What was that, a 79 movie?
Yeah, 79.
Maybe you'll start giving me some fucking respect for being able to pop years off like that.
Excuse me, 78.
Shit, now I deserve no respect. And you fucked me over and let me embarrass myself. Okay, Faz, write this down. I'm getting even with Hicks.
What did you do?
Nice.
Oh, I know what to do. I'm going to call the police and tell them to go in and check the baked goods at his house.
Why would the fucking cops go check that?
No, I'm just thinking of a good fucking comeback.
No, it's just chocolate.
Get even with Hicks, baked goods.
Fuck.
You don't like Hicks much, do you?
No.
No, it's because there's an underlying thing
been
where
drinking?
it's enjoying getting shots at me. Any anti-gay thing he can throw in there.
Hey,
I'm
by the
a
way,
homophobe.
I heard Than gave Eastside Dave some shit.
What? I didn't hear that shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Who does Than think he is? Where's he get off? I gotta fucking investigate this shit.
Than used to live in my neighborhood. I think he moved, though. I saw him one time in my neighborhood walking down the street, and he kind of acted like maybe I was stalking him.
What?
He kind of acted like I'd shown up there to kill him.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it was really creepy. I guess because I was, I was carrying a bat that had a nail in it.
That could
And-
throw someone. Okay, you didn't tell me that part. That could throw somebody
Yeah.
off.
And I'd written on the bat, the Than killer.
Then he had reason to be a little weirded out.
Whatever.
That's just
Who's
a
to
weird.
say?
It's a weird thing to do to have someone's name.
You're fucking weird. Why'd you read your list? It takes you forever to read a simple list.
James Mason, North by Northwest.
Oh yeah, I'd have James Mason win everything.
Malcolm McDowell, Clockwork Orange, not nominated.
One of the best acting roles of all time.
Timothy Bottoms, The Paper Chase.
Whatever happened to Timothy Bottoms? Does anybody even know? He was like a big fucking star there for a while.
What's the last thing he's done was in 2010.
Remember, was he the guy that played Bush in with the South Park guys? Tried to do the "That's My Bush."
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was Bush.
It was very weird.
I always forget that they did that. Like, it was like right in the middle of fucking when South Park was really fucking blowing up.
So is that it for the list?
Oh no.
Did you
Kevin
somehow...
Bacon, The Woodsman.
Oh fuck yeah! By the way, you still watching The Following?
No, I'm not. I'm not fucking caught up. It's getting fucked up.
Well, my favorite thing is at the beginning they go like this: "The following may not be acceptable for all ages." And I'm like, this is so great. The following program.
How fucked up is it going to be this week?
You don't watch it either, Fez?
No, I haven't caught up.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
And then Peter Falk, Wings of Desire.
Love that fucking role. Love that movie.
Never saw it.
Fez would hate it. It has to do with afterlife and spirituality and angels. It's shot. It's Wim Wenders.
Oh.
Who, you know, at one time you act like oh, I love him. Really? Do you?
Yeah, Wim Wenders is great.
Make sure I'm 100% right. I don't want it to be like the 1978 thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, Hicks is like this. Oh, I love Wim Wenders. Look at me. I just fucking dropped a cool name. I go, really? You see Wings of Desire?
No.
No? That's his most famous fucking film. So what is it that you like, liar? Lying to people?
I don't fucking lie.
Don't worry, I got it written down right here. Get even with Hicks.
Give me that. That's fucking
Baked goods.
stupid. You turn it into a comedic bit when I'm just trying to fucking be guys sitting here talking with each other, Fez. All right, now Liz Sets Fire said Christoph Waltz was in 90% of the movie, and they're saying that he was best supporter. That is kind of true. He was in a very big part of that film.
The movie's called Django Unchained, not Christoph Unchained. That would make it, or fucking Dentist Unchained. I can't remember his name right now from the film.
You done now?
He's gonna fucking get that. He's gonna take it. Let me look at the fucking odds on this shit.
Who you picking, Fez, as your best supporting actor?
I went with De Niro.
Look at me, I'm crying and I'm not using a Philly accent. And I've come up with some strange voting thing that doesn't... I fucking read vote because it got put up in front of me. Some strange gambling thing that really no bookie ever gambles this way. The end.
Tommy Lee Jones in the lead right now.
The thing about Tommy Lee Jones is he's acts so dickish at these other awards that people might be mad at him. Remember that thing was going around that he was just all being sour-faced and...
He's just a mean old man. Christoph Waltz is right behind him, though, in terms of
He's
odds.
just a mean old man. Where's De Niro?
De Niro is... He's a long shot. He's a long shot.
Well, maybe there'll be a silver lining for him. At least that's what my playbook says. Tom, you're on the Run and Fez show. Tom. Once, twice. No, Tom. Nick in Chicago.
Yeah, hey. Fez?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, Fez.
Fez leaning on him. I love it. Fez, cut off the ring. Fuck this guy. Take him into the corner.
Hey, Fez, you promised to intern this young, troubled intern. I mean, to mentor him.
Yeah, are you going to get to the point today?
Oh! Oh, shit!
Stuttering Stanley? Can we get this? Can we get to this?
Oh, fuck!
I'm sorry, I was on hold for a while. I'm driving down the highway.
I don't care.
Oh, Tuffy!
You're on the phone now.
I'm on the phone with you now, and you're completely right, Fez.
You know
Well,
what?
thank you.
I like this. When you're stuttering and you have dead air, Fez, I'm going to come after you like a fucking nut. Next time I see you fucking wipe it off your hands, I'm going to go crazy on you. All right, that was it. That was it for you. Seriously, Fez fucking schooled you. So when you're tossing and turning tonight and you can't sleep, just say to yourself, I got fucking schooled.
That was ugly.
I love bullying, Fez. Way to get him. Way to be a fucking mean bully.
Well, I know
Hopefully
something mean is coming my way if I get the "Hey Fez" 3 times from the same person like that.
Well, you see it in the future. Maybe that'll be the new promo, not the one that was running before. I never did get to hear the promo where HTG gave some shit to Fez.
Promos change up a lot.
Whatever. That fucking... All right, I'll give you guys the Nate Silver Oscar predictions right now.
Okay.
I'll have to take a couple minutes to do this because I shut my mouth off before I was prepared to give them out. But there's a lot of good stuff up on the iBang. The kid falling off the chairlift is on iBang Viral. And that seems to be my favorite because I don't think enough people fall off chairlifts.
Certainly don't see the fucking... You don't get the video of it.
All right, I'm going to give you off some of these things now from Nate Silver. He's got... All right, I'm going to ask you, Fez, what's your best picture?
My best picture is Silver Linings Playbook.
He has that as a very long shot. He's got Argo falling away. Best director?
I got David O. Russell.
He's got Steven Spielberg slightly, and I thought this was a lock, slightly over Ang Lee.
What?
If Ang Lee wins that, I'll go fucking crazy and be happy.
That'd be fantastic because he should have been. He should have gotten Brokeback Mountain Best Picture and Director when they split him up that year.
Fez always knows about the gay awards. Best actor, who do you got, Fez?
I've got Daniel Day-Lewis.
Danny Lewis is second behind Hugh Jackman. What? Hey, give me one of those things. I get this fucking shitty pen all over me. I wish I could get my nice pens back. Give me the Clorox wipe. Hopefully this will burn right through. No, he's got Danny Lewis as number 1. I was kidding with the Hugh Jackman. His number 2, though, Brad Cooper. But a long shot. Your best actress?
I think I went with Jessica Chastain.
She's second behind Jenny Lawrence. All right. Best supporting actor?
That one I went with De Niro.
He's got him as last in that thing. He's picked Tom Jones. Supporting actress?
Sally Field.
Second by a long shot behind Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway's going to win this goddamn fucking Oscar.
People love her. And let's face it, she did the right thing last year. She, got her ass kicked on stage at the Oscars.
She did take a fucking beating that night. Fuck.
How do you think the host is going to do, Fez? Monday, what are the headlines going to say?
Oh, that McFarlane was a disaster. That it was disorganized, that it was too much Stewie, Family Guy humor, not enough focus on the films.
I will say this. This guy might do a lot of different things, but disorganized is not one of them. This guy is a fucking organized motherfucker.
It doesn't seem like Seth MacFarlane ever loses anything. Like everything he's been doing is just blown the fuck up.
True.
I think they're gonna say I think people will say he was very funny, and he'll say like crazy mean shit too.
He does do some jokes that some people are gonna find mean.
There's gonna be Nazi humor.
But when he did the just reading off the things, he slayed it, and he wasn't even supposed to be doing jokes.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be straight. I think people are gonna like it. The guy just fucking everything he touches is fucking gold.
The story that won't seem to go away: the corpse found in the L.A. water tank.
Yeah.
And those people were drinking corpse juice.
Delicious corpse water.
I just assume now there's corpses in all the water supplies. Why wouldn't you hide one there?
The thing is, no one even lets on. It looked like such a transient motel. Like, oh my God, I died. And they're like, you wouldn't stay in that fucking joint anyway. The people in there are probably sitting around fucking smoking crystal meth. What do they care? They brush their teeth with corpse fucking runoff.
It's the motel from Barfly where you're just paying fucking week by week.
These are all my friends.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they are, Charlie.
The 50s Cheesecake album covers are out. Hicks, can you get turned on by 50-year-old porn?
Depends. I mean,
It's kind of an interesting thing.
Maybe up to, I think the 70s is when I start being actually masturbatingly able to fucking get that porn. Before that, it seems so old-timey.
Right.
Giant fucking bush.
Yeah. Well, you can still get a giant bush in the 70s.
It's a little it's somewhat beginning to become under control.
Could you masturbate to a dead person if you knew that the porn was dead?
I have, yeah. There's a couple of porn stars that have died that I'm like, oh man, she was hot. Too bad she's dead from some fucking horrible, fucking weird circumstance.
It is weird when you think about it. I mean, it's no different than going to the cemetery and jerking off on her grave. There's no difference at all there. Look at the snow in Cleveland. We supposed to get snow here this weekend?
I know it's supposed to rain on Saturday. It might not turn to snow, but I know there's definitely going to be rain.
I got fucking news for you, homie. I'm staying in this weekend because I didn't make a big deal about this. I've had the world's worst cold all week.
Any better today? Any less?
Yeah, that's why I'm so happy.
I got to ask.
Yeah, you got to ask because you're the world's worst nurse.
I shouldn't be in the medical field.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
And you know I love you, right? Yeah. I love you like your family. But if you say one fucking word in front of Luke Wilson, I'm just going to start swinging.
I love that Luke Wilson. I mean, I don't want to fuck up the interview. I won't say it.
I like the Luke Wilson a lot too. I like him as a person.
Oh yeah, he's fucking cool. Great
and
family.
Here's the thing: to be cool and come from Texas, it's a hard thing to do. But once you are cool and from Texas, you're really fucking cool.
Him and his brother, they're the shit.
But there's a lot of cool dudes that come from Texas. Everyone just sees Texas for the asshole guys. Towns is from fucking Texas.
Billy Bob's from Texas.
Hicks is from Texas. Billy Bob's not from fucking Texas, Mister. He's from Arkansas. You cock fuck. Don't say that kind of shit in front of Luke Wilson.
I won't. See, good I got this out beforehand. Else it could have been really bad.
Hey, do you guys want to do this when he comes in? If we all can harmonize, we're like, Luke over, Luke. You think he'll dig that?
I think he.
Well, don't fuck it up for me, okay? Because I'm a big fan of the Wes Anderson films.
I'll just run that board.
Matter of fact, one of my favorite scenes, the just fucking mind-blowing scenes, is when Luke was cutting his wrist. What was that, Needle and Hay playing?
Elliott Smith.
Elliott Smith was bringing it.
You want to play some word games or do some experiments on me or anything?
He's so impressed.
It's a good look for him too in this movie.
Calling some friend, trying to catch some check. He's acting dumb, that's what you've come to expect. Feeling the hay, feeling the hay.
What if when he comes in, we're just like this the whole time? Needle in the hay, and we're pointing at him. Needle in the hay.
We can have a shaving kit here for him.
In case you want to try to kill yourself, like you did in that one movie.
Here's a rusty razor, just in case.
What is your favorite film by him?
I feel Idiocracy, maybe.
Over Bottle Rocket.
It's close second. Bottle Rocket.
And I will tell you this. That fucking... What's the school movie that he did?
Old School?
Thank you. That film is so funny. And the weird thing about it is, it's got 3 different kind of comedies. Each fucking lead actor in that is doing a different genre of comedy.
He is fucking great.
You got, in that film, Luke Wilson is in a rom-com, right?
Yeah.
He's in a rom-com. Vince Vaughn is in some kind of wise-ass Bugs Bunny type comedy, you know? And Will Ferrell is basically a slapstick.
And that's where he fucking, like, that's where the movie career started for him. Like, that thing fucking just blew him up.
That was gigantic.
Frank the Tank, just Jesus Christ. And it's still hysterical.
Tom, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, man.
Hey, I wanted to call Fezzy out a little bit here.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, if you could say that he's not a good gay because he's working on it, why can't Tebow not yet be a good Christian?
Oh, shit!
This is fucked up.
That is a good fucking one.
Yeah, and where did you hear that from, Tom? When I called myself a bad gay.
Right, that's what he's saying. You're easy on yourself, but you're hard on fucking Tebow. Why can't you let the guy feel his way through life?
Being a hypocrite.
I'm not being a hypocrite.
You are
I'm
being a
saying if I was a
hypocrite.
Christian, I'd be pissed at him. If
So
I was a
you were
member
gay,
of this church,
if you were gay, would you be pissed at Fez?
Yes.
Oh, God. Tomorrow's going to be some fucking day. What do you think that Fez might try to put on some Elliott Smith tomorrow, crying about his dad?
And go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What are the chances, Fez?
Well, then I'm going to listen to music.
No, not that. We're just saying do the fucking Luke Wilson thing.
Oh, I'd say 90% chance that I won't kill myself.
So there's a 10% chance that you will?
I think there's a 10% chance that I would get so sad that I would want to.
And then what percent that you actually carry that out?
Oh, 0.
Okay. Because I was going to send some dudes over on the straitjacket for you. I'll just give out your fucking address and just play the fucking Elliott Smith. And I'll just go, I'm serious this time. There's a 10% chance. Needle in the hay. What's your favorite scene in Tannenbaums?
I like the montage when towards the end. No, when fucking Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson's getting all fucked up with those 2 weird guys, and they go to try to save him, and he just fucking runs out of the. He's like, I have to leave the room, and then just fucking runs away. It's fucking really funny.
It's funny, but it's sad too. For me, it's Luke is waiting for Gwenny because he loves her and it's his sister, and she gets off the bus, and the Velvet Underground and Nico is playing These Days. It fucking kills me. Kills me. Oh, what is this? This is not even it.
Gwyneth Paltrow was most attractive in this movie.
It's hard to say that any of Wes Anderson's movies could ever be better than Royal Tenenbaums, because it's, I mean, whatever scale you were doing it on would have to hit.
He's one of the few people just a master at using music as well.
And I'm not.
Oh, you're there.
Okay, good.
I
Bring
said
that
one
up to
of the
Luke.
few people.
Bring that up to Luke. Just say to him, don't act like Wes Anderson is better than Ron at fucking using movies and imaginary films in Ron's head.
Oh, fuck. I'll start dousing the gasoline right here. I'll just put
Don't even say it.
All right,
Don't
what if,
say it.
What? Okay.
Just stop it. I want this to go great.
The chair will just mean a pool of gasoline. I won't put it on him.
I don't want any liquids in this fucking room after what happened, when.
Everything has to be a liquid-free. Okay.
I'll just give you two things. Here's the two clues.
Yeah.
Zito and Fishbowl.
Rough.
Penn State is limiting booze on State Patty Day. And this is a day that they act like it's their own St. Patty's Day. State Patties.
Yeah.
So the school, or somebody involved in the school, is giving each bar $5,000 not to sell liquor that day. Here's 5Gs. Shut your doors.
They're fucking pissing away their money. Does it offset the amount of kids getting hammered?
Yeah.
And is there enough?
They're tired. They're tired of Penn State getting such bad publicity, and they're using the money that they take from kids for parking tickets.
And now you can't drink in that bar, so I guess you're going to go to the beer distributor.
There's something like 17 bars in town that will not be serving.
Fuck. That's a fucking big lot of cash, Penn State.
But they got it.
It doesn't matter. There's just people just throw house parties, and people just pour out of houses, fucking getting all whacked.
They don't mind that.
And this is fucking double talk.
Here's the problem for Penn State. It's not so much their own kids getting fucked up, is now people are now using it as a destination place and showing up there and getting all fucked up and getting in fights and, pissing and shitting in the streets. And just, Penn State is like, look, we're now called fucking Kid Rape USA. We want to turn things around.
Never gonna happen. They're never gonna get over this kid rape thing. You just build a goddamn statue of Sandusky, put it in the front fucking door, and say, this is what we're known for. That's it. You want to get raped? Come here. You got kids? Well, fuck them. That's Penn
You're
State.
never going to make it in college administration. In a million years, Hicks. Your fucking dream of being a college administrator will not happen.
It's fucked up because I worked at the admissions office at SUNY Purchase.
Did you really?
Yep. Gave tours occasionally.
And so you're a better gay than Fez is.
Well, they just stuck like middle schoolers with me because they knew I was a fuck up.
You put up the most accurate police sketch you'll ever see, you call it.
Yeah.
I hate the braggingness of yours.
There was a fucking couple robberies.
Who did this? A burn victim?
Yeah, exactly. The guys ran up into the stores they were robbing with fucking bandanas around their face and hoodies. So they pretty much just guessed what the rest of this guy's face looked like and fucking put out this picture, which everyone needs to be on the lookout.
But it's not even a mouth. It's just a line drawn across.
Dude, I've seen guys that look like that.
There's thin-lipped people.
That is the thinnest lip person ever.
You don't think that they robbed?
The guy needs cash. He probably needs to buy OxyContin or something. This is in Illinois. Any Illinois listeners, fucking check out this post called The Most Accurate Police Sketch You'll Ever See and be on the lookout and make citizens arrests.
See, here's what I think. I think there's like a bare template for a sketch, and that's it. And the guy didn't really fill in much over that. Like, you're supposed to put the details in now.
At least give him some stubble, something. Even if it's not there, just fucking fill this fucking guy out.
The one detail is he had a nose.
Thick eyebrows, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you guys are going to be fucking embarrassed if it's a burn victim who comes back and says, yeah, you got me. You put the picture of me in the paper.
I'll apologize.
Fuck it, I did it.
I'll apologize to the fucking police sketch artist. Then.
You apologize to all of us for what you said today.
And it's Uncle Leo's drawn on side eyebrows from Seinfeld.
Reference. Boom.
Game day bucket.
Game day bucket go boom.
God. Just to do what you're told. Be so weirded out by that. I've been out walking. I don't spend too much time talking these days.
It also looks like this guy didn't even draw the hoodie. They just like tied a picture of a guy in a hoodie, and then they drew this fucking shitty face over a real person's head.
Well, you know what? None of us are the prettiest things ever, so let's be nice to that man. He's a person too.
They're trying to arrest this person. This looks like a generic human.
Filtered Excellence is up on the iBang. Independent Spirit Awards. I'll be watching that on Saturday. And going like this. Oh God, come on! I know you can win this one. Something about the Oscar app being amazing. The Robert Randolph is out there. They're called the Slide Brothers. AMC 24-hour Oscar-a-thon is Saturday. And the new Nick Cave album is getting rave reviews.
I love Nick Cave.
Go over to the iBang and check out Filtered Excellence. If you want excellence, we'll filter it for you. Also, in New York City, the great Peter Wolf is going head-to-head against the Oscars. He'll be at the City Winery downtown for anybody in New York City. Hicks, you put up this story that a gay man was beaten on the subway and no one helped him.
Yeah, this happened in the New York City subway. It was late night. A guy was on the train with his boyfriend. A woman takes a picture of them. And
Like, ha ha, look, they're gay.
Pretty, yeah. That was the gist of her. He's like, hey, why are you taking a picture of me? What's the problem? And then the woman says, feed you face, other F word. And then, why are you with that other F word? Because the dude was with his boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then he got jumped by 2 women and 3 other people on the train.
They fucked him up?
They fucked him up, yeah. They fucked him up, and he was screaming for help on the subway, and none of the people on the train.
Why didn't his boyfriend help him?
According to the story, the boyfriend tried, but the boyfriend didn't get beat up. Like this one kid's the only one who got fucking beat up. Then they got off the next stop, so that he's pissed that no one helped him on the train because he was getting jumped by like 5 people.
It's just absolutely sick that someone wouldn't jump in and help.
Maybe you don't know who's in there. Maybe they're old ladies. Would you want your mom to jump into a fight? Would you want your sister to jump into a fight? Your niece?
No, I wouldn't, but somebody could at least, alert the conductor, something like that.
How do you know they didn't?
Get videos of these people.
How do you know they didn't?
I'll check Worldstar.
This is, to me, it just seems to be another anti-black thing. Like gays blaming blacks for everything.
Oh.
Minority on minority. I guarantee you this took place way uptown.
Number 2 train, so yeah, possible.
Thank you.
Inwood.
Well, I've been out walking. I don't do too much talking these days. Nico, this is a song, so you may want to sing it. All right, take 2.
Hey, she had her own style.
You're the singer, not the speaker. Don't ignore me and just start singing. I'm doing a bit. Yeah, I would do the thing where the music was actually stopped now. Pay attention to the show. I get this terrible cold.
It's going to get better. It gets better. That's what they say.
Yeah, I'll probably meet other people with colds in cooler parts of the country.
No, all people with colds, it gets better.
I know.
Doesn't matter where you are.
But I mean, I'll be able to move to the East Village. There's a lot of cold people there. We'll hang out. And I'll forget that whatever little shitty town I'm from.
Yeah.
Came to Becca, go boom.
Weird.
Yeah, so this guy with a cold who got attacked on the subway, it's fucked up. But it only lasted for 1 stop, so he was able to get out.
No, that's not bad.
And it's women attacking him.
And dudes. But women started it.
Women started it. Who would also want help if someone was attacking them in any way.
Yeah, because you're like, when you're punching someone, you're always thinking, hey, I wouldn't like to be punched myself. I shouldn't be doing this. Like when you're stealing from someone, you never think to yourself, hey, I don't like stuff being stolen from me. I shouldn't be doing this. That's why we have no crime on this planet. Because everyone starts to see the big picture.
Hey, maybe I shouldn't carry this TV out of this guy's house.
Because I don't want anybody to carry a TV out of my house.
I'm going to go get a job and work for a while and buy a television.
And let other people watch it, because I like to watch TV with people.
Fuck it. I'm going to go to the rent center. Get it cheap.
They're doing the combines, and we were going to have the first female ever showing up, female kicker, history being made, and at the same time, a woman pole position in Daytona, first time ever.
Fucking go,
Is
Daddy.
Daytona Sunday?
I think it is, yeah.
So we've got Daytona 500 and Oscar on the same day.
It's going to be a magical day.
It's the only race I ever watch every year. So I got a very busy Sunday. I got a very busy Saturday, and I got a very busy Sunday.
You got to take it easy, though. It's cold. You got to fucking knock it out.
Yeah, staying and watching TV sounds like it's going to be very stressful.
See, I'm just saying.
Well, what could I possibly do easier than sit on the couch? What else is out there? Hold on, slowing its way around. www.h. First, I'm going to have to look it up. I'll go to altavista.com.
No, don't go there. It's not up to date.
Well, I've been out walking.
Oh, Alta Vista does still exist.
Yeah, it does.
All right.
I go to Alta Vista or I go to Ask Jeeves.
No, it's just ass.com. Jeeves got shit canned.
They made a mistake because Jeeves was so fucking fun. And it seemed like you had a butler that would look stuff up for you.
It's like your own internet slave. Because you don't have to pay him.
I still do.
It's the fucking website.
I still make sure I took care of him at Christmas. Jeeves? And, like, if I had extra food, I let him take it home.
I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets paid. He can buy his own food.
He doesn't get paid well, though. Hey, we let you take food home from here all the time.
Very grateful. Thank you.
What time is that meeting after the show?
3:30.
Shit.
3:30 is when it all goes down.
I really want to go to the meeting, but then I don't want to go to the meeting.
Flip a coin.
Okay. Heads, I leave, and tails, I don't go to the meeting.
All right, so it's just I think I see what's happening here.
You really, seriously, you are like fucking Batman, the way you start to figure things out.
I'm an internet detective.
Do we have to break before we talk to Mr. Luke Wilson?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Break it down is what we should do.
Fuck yeah. Break it. We break it. Well, your whole thing is always busting and moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you do the Harlem Shake the correct way.
Yeah, because I'm down with black people, and I know what the fucking Harlem Shake really means.
I have a black friend.
Oh. It's very important.
Joe just wrote in, Fezzi never jumped into a fucking fight in his life. It's true. Ray wrote in, 1968, Warren Beatty and Bonnie and Clyde, Paul Newman and Cool Hand Luke, Spencer Tracy and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Sidney Poitier and Rod Steiger in the Heat of the Night. Was there ever a better year? There's actually a book about those films of 1967. It's a pretty good read. Oh, God. All right, we're gonna break here. Back in a minute. Are we gonna have Luke with us when we get back?
Yep. And I won't fuck this up.
For a change. Luke Wilson, Enlighten. Do you watch Enlighten, Hicks?
I haven't watched it. No.
Well, the first year, last year, we had Laura Dern on, and here's what happened. She kind of had this spiritual moment, and now she's trying to be a do-gooder, but her character, of course, is so annoying and weird and uncomfortable, and it drives me nuts, and yet I can't turn it off. And Luke Wilson plays her or ex-husband, basically. And he just went to rehab. And there was a fucking thing that was closer to being on the edge with drugs than anything I've ever even seen in a movie.
Holy shit.
Because most movies get it wrong. But this really did show it that the beginning of the night is really fun. And then you just feel the darkness slowly creep in. And not the kind of darkness that they normally do, where suddenly you're being taken to an insane asylum. Just reality of, I'm all fucked up. And this kid that he's with is just going, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard that a lot before, you know? And I don't get it because, again, and this goes to show you, Mike White, who is this great weird character. You know him to see him. He's in a lot of movies that he acts in and writes, directs, and stuff. He's the writer and producer of this. He and Lauren created it. His fucking writing is so strong. And there's a thing that they did with Molly Shannon this year that is just crushing, man. It's funny, but it's all about loneliness. And there's a thing that if I played it, the first part, he does this thing. It's called like the ghost. He's talking about himself. Like, it's good to be a ghost. You can come in and out of the world easy, and there's no expectations. This is basically about a really lonely guy who goes, and I never really have to worry about being hurt or having expectations. And it really does remind me of Fez. And then he kind of hooks up with someone, and he's happy, like really happy, but also petrified and crushed that this is even happening, that there's even a chance of broken heart, of disappointment.
God.
And Molly Shannon's the same way, and they both say, like, I won't be able to take it if you hurt me. Molly Shannon is so fucking good that it's unbelievable. Didn't she do a movie with Mike White, like Year of the Dog or something like that?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Did you remember that film?
Yeah. Yeah, where she's crushed from losing her pet dog.
She is so fucking strong in everything she ever does that somebody should come in and go, I'm going to get Molly Shannon a 5-picture deal. I would do that if I had my own movie studio.
Let's start one.
It'd be like, Bennington Pictures just announces a 5-picture deal with Molly Shannon.
Nikki Fink reporting.
What's Bennington thinking about? 5 pictures with Molly Shannon? What, he could have easily just got it for one? No, because I want to wrap it up. Because I'm going to present her so properly that the whole world's going to go crazy for everything she does. But anyway, this show is really fucking good.
I gotta start watching it.
I hate the fact that TV is getting so good because now I'm going out less. But my problem is the TV shows all happen on the same night. So I'm trying to work out my on-demand where I have more of a life.
DVR that shit, space it out. It'd be good.
Look, this weekend I got to watch Spirit Awards. I got to watch the Daytona 500. And now I got to watch the Oscars. Oscar. No one's asking if Billy Crystal's coming back this year.
Seth MacFarlane might become the guy because he loves musicals.
He's kind of like fucking Billy Crystal in a way, too.
And he wants to do song and dance. That's what he wants to do. Fucking Family Guy is filled with fucking music. If this goes well, which I think it will, they'll invite him back next year.
And so it must drove him crazy that the South Park guys got a Tony Award and all that, you know.
It has to kill him because they fucking shit on him openly, and he doesn't really fire back at all. He knows.
We have any of those nuts, or was that just like a funny joke? Where are you sending them?
It's in the, oh, there it is.
You give a fucking look over sometime. Seriously, you remind me of a hitman. Why don't we break here and then bring in Luke Wilson, who I think we can all agree on is a terrific actor.
This is exciting.
I wish you guys would see him in this Enlightened. Particularly all the people who call in and go like, why can't I just do some dope and not be a dope addict? Yeah. I love him. I should read my dope addict emails online of how many people just want to do some dope. Everybody wants to go back and do the same amount of dope that they used to do, and it wasn't bad for them.
That's dangerous.
You know who else wants that?
Who?
Me. But you don't get it.
No, don't.
I'm going to try to think of what age did I really get away with everything, and there must have been the word teen in there somewhere. And it had to be one of the teens where it just felt like you could do it all and there was no price to pay.
It's the best feeling in the world.
And then I think, wait, I wouldn't come home and my poor parents would be setting up. But you know what you know how bad I felt when I saw that? Nothing.
You have no idea.
Learning what a selfish person I've been.
I'm sure I crushed my mother's soul. Well, I fucking easily. Just beat that down. Try not to think about it.
You know that you're getting older when you actually say to someone and mean it. Okay, call me. So, when you get home, just let me know so I don't worry. You know what I mean? Like, because when you were younger, you would put a fucking drunk in a car and not give a shit.
Still would, probably.
You know how they do that? Don't let drunk people drive?
Yeah.
I can honestly tell you, I talk drunk people into driving. I can honestly tell you, someone I didn't want crashing on my couch, that I fucking pulled them up off the fucking ground, out of their puke, walked them to their car, and said, don't be a pussy. You can do this. You can fucking do it, dude. There you go. And you ever have that thing too? It's like you just feel so bad when you're driving. Like, okay, see you, man.
It's gonna work out for that guy.
I actually saw a dude leaving my fucking house once and hit a mailbox on the street as he's just slowly driving down the street. I'm like, all right, man. Okay, that's gonna wake you back up, right? You got it. And then I would just go and went to bed without thinking about it again.
Turned out all right?
Yeah. Oh, God, this cold's killing me. Get a gun and shoot me in the fucking head.
I can't do that.
Get a gun and shoot me in the head so I stop feeling this.
It's going to get better.
Will, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Ronnie, what's up, buddy? I didn't know you were sick. I was wondering why you were breathing like Darth Vader into the microphone.
I can't fucking help it.
I
I'm
apologize.
sick.
I didn't know you were sick.
Then you haven't listened all week. This is why most people, when they get...
Well, listen, I was at work, buddy. I'm sorry.
This is why most people, when they get sick, just say, I'm going to call off work tomorrow. Because the listeners don't fucking appreciate for a second.
That guy's living in another fucking world.
I am breathing heavy. You know what? Last night, I actually started to feel claustrophobic in my own world. Like, I can't fucking breathe anymore. And I feel like I'm being fucking suffocated to death. I called up my doctor. You know my doctor, Benny Boombatz. No, my actual doctor's name is House. And what he does, he has a glass pane that he starts writing stuff down.
The guy on TV, House?
Yeah.
That guy's not a real doctor.
Everyone keeps writing the same thing to me. It's like kitty pot or some fucking...
Nitty pot? I think that's what Pit Doc said yesterday.
I'm hearing it from everybody, and I'm dying.
Neti pot. There you go.
No, needy pots.
Oh, it's like a little teapot.
Yeah, short and stout. And you're supposed to snort it.
Oh, this looks crazy.
You pour it through your nose.
This looks like Scientology. Like a fucking neti pot looks like this is like
if I was a Scientologist, I'd be so offended. There's nothing we do that's like this.
This fucking look at this. This is fucking this.
Because they're clearing their sinuses.
They should be on the fucking Scientology website.
Can I just say something, Fez? Does he ever say anything that you agree with?
Never.
And yet I never say anything that you disagree with. Do you get how crazy that is?
Shit's getting wild. Look, this chick's topless using this thing. This is definitely some fucking.
She's pouring jizz up her nose.
Oh God. How's that? It's gonna dry up there, lady.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Cum flakes in your fucking nose.
Thank you.
Well, that woman. I mean, you use the water. That lady has fucking saved up semen. That looks weird.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, you need to get high off of it. Is this stuff supposed to be hot?
Oh, you couldn't be able to deal with that shit hot. Boiling water up the fucking nose.
It can't be good for you.
Everybody's doing it on Google Image.
I know they are. I want to hang out with the Google Image kids. All right. I just was told that, well, because we fucking went on like that, Luke Wilson waited for us and then left.
No!
We fucked up.
No!
Why, we sat around talking about fucking needy pots.
We'll get him back.
We'll get him. We'll fucking get that bastard. Just text him a picture of Owen with a ball gag in his mouth saying, don't let this happen. Let's break. We'll come back with the very fine actor Luke Wilson. And again, try out this Enlightened show. You can go over to On Demand and start from day one. And it's going to weird you out at first, but stay with it because it's really good. And I'm honestly starting to think that Mike White is one of our best writers. I wish I could play this thing that reminded me of Fez. It actually made me sad. But sad like, oh, I know a dude just like that. Because you don't want to be hurt, right, Fez?
Right, yeah. I'm very nervous. I've even held off like any sort of crush in a long time just to spare myself from those feelings.
And that's why you keep yourself so happy. That's why you're always such a happy guy. Because you do the right thing and watch out for yourself. All right, let's break here. Enlightened are Sundays at 9:30 on HBO. And you can see that by HBO.com. HBO.com. All right, back. Adam Fez Show.
The Ron and Fez Show on the Opie and Anthony channel. Sirius XM. You've been warned. Eastside Dave McDonald smashes face first into the space between sports and Ron and Fez when you want. Go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand.
Anthony Jeselnik, it's the new must-see show on Comedy Central. You have to check this out Tuesdays at 10:30 p.m., 9:30 Central on Comedy Central. It's called The Jeselnik Offensive. It's Anthony Jeselnik bringing his dark, shocking humor to Comedy Central one more time. You've seen him in his stand-up specials. You've seen Anthony Jeselnik just tear people down at the Celebrity Roast on Comedy Central with Donald Trump, Charlie Sheen, Roseanne. He's been part of those. Now he's back with a weekly series called The Jeselnik Offensive. That's where he sits down with a couple of panelists. They go through things in the news, and like I said, the dark humor shines through. Life is cruel, and so is he. It's Anthony Jeselnik. His new show starts on Tuesdays. Started this past week, and now it's on every Tuesday on Comedy Central at 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. The Jeselnik Offensive. Check it out after an all-new Tosh.0 and only on Comedy Central.
Ron and Fez. You've heard them for years as regular guests of the Opie and Anthony Show. Now, hear them do their own thing. Every weekend, we turn the channel over to friends of the show with featured episodes of their podcast and broadcast. This week, Jay Moore's More Stories.
The difference between Jewish and Catholic guilt is Jewish guilt is, why don't you call your mother? What kind of son are you? And Catholic guilt is, why don't I call my mother more? What kind of son am I?
Starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific, on the Opie and Anthony channel.
Way back.
The 55th running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, roars to your radio on Sunday, 12 noon Eastern.
We're going to win the Daytona 500 again.
Get up to speed with unparalleled pre-race coverage from inside the garage. Then ride shotgun with your favorite team via driver-to-crew chatter. And when the checkers wave, you're in victory lane with the winners. The Daytona 500, Sunday, 12 noon Eastern, only on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90.
Dollar Shave Club. Your razors, it doesn't need a vibrating handle, back scratcher, 10 blades. Seriously, have you noticed the price you pay for new razors? And you're doing this every month for the rest of your life. This is your Dollar Shave Club moment, and it's time to join all the Opie and Anthony listeners. Ooh, look at that. Who've discovered DollarShaveClub.com. Listen, here's what all the buzz is about. It's like found money. All us guys want is a great shave, right? Without shelling out $20 a month after month. Dollar Shave Club is genius. You'd be crazy not to do this. You send them a couple of bucks a month, and they deliver amazing quality razors right to your door. You save a fortune. Plus, you always have fresh blades on hand. No more zombieing out your face with old razor blades because you can't afford or forget to buy new ones. Join the rest of the Opie and Anthony listeners and get a great shave and keep your cash at DollarShaveClub.com. That's DollarShaveClub.com.
Fez. Coming up.
Luke Wilson is in studio with us. Enlightened is the show on HBO, and that's Sunday nights, 9:30. How you doing, Luke?
Doing great, thanks, Ron.
Before this show started, I thought Mike White was a really talented guy, but after this year, I think it's next level, man. What he's done with this show.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I'm starting to think of him as kind of almost like a novelist.
Right, man.
Yeah, what I always liked about him before I knew about him, or before I knew him, was I'd seen Chuck and Buck, which was this real kind of strange offbeat movie, and then finding out that he was the guy in it, also wrote it. And then I loved School of Rock.
Right.
And then those seem like two totally different things, and then you throw Enlightened in there, and he can... Real interesting writer.
Well, he's writing these characters, and they're all on the edge, but all in different ways. Everybody's really different. And I'm like, well, I could get how he could write the quirky things because I put him there.
Right.
But the show that they did this year where you're in rehab was as good as any movie that you ever see about addiction. I mean, that was a really on the edge.
Yeah, no, I think he... like you were saying, you can see him being able to do quirky very easily because that is how he kind of comes across. But he can really he can write kind of out. Also, like he reminds me kind of Raymond Carver, where he can write really different characters from women, to men.
Yeah, that was such a dark episode, and not just for your character, but the two younger characters and everyone's kind of been in that room before, you know. Everyone's been there where it starts really fun and everybody's having a good time.
Gets a little lighter.
Yeah, and it's just went down. And I thought one of the coolest characters in there was the old rich dude who just waited everyone out.
Right.
And then struck. I mean, it was just so weird. It was so strange. And I'm like, yeah, I've been there. I know exactly what that is.
Yeah.
But you don't expect that out of Mike White.
Yeah. Again, he... to write something like that, it's just starting out kind of, the night starts out kind of funny and a little out of control, and then it turns just kind of not even necessarily that dark, but just kind of almost pitiful.
Right.
It doesn't ever get scary, but it's just kind of, just kind of a hollow feeling. And that you don't necessarily expect something like that out of Mike White.
That whole emptiness of here's the last line of Coke, so now what? Now what are we all doing together in last night's clothes? Nothing is shaking good out of this at all. And everybody who hated the rehab at the beginning is now thinking, what have I done?
Right.
And then a couple episodes later, he does that Molly Shannon episode, which is, again, is quirky and it's sad and it's lonely. It's about as far away from that kind of that street episode that he had just done a couple before.
Yeah, just the episode starring Mike and Molly Shannon was really interesting. To me, it just seemed all about loneliness. It kind of started about it, and then it ended that way. And then, to me, it had that kind of the thing where he was helping to expose her character while at the same time he was falling in love with her. It kind of, I told Mike it really made me uptight.
Yeah,
to see something kind of unraveling for somebody that needed it so bad, just needed some companionship.
And he starts and ends the episode with these monologues that are like a long poem and they're just heartbreaking.
Yeah, because I hadn't read those. I had just read the episodes I was in, and so I felt I was just kind of seeing it for the first time. I was kidding around with him. I was like, I really feel like my character kind of a screw up and selfish here because I had no idea about that episode. So it was really cool.
So you kind of swing in and out of the series, time-wise?
Yeah, I play Laura Dern's ex-husband, and she's kind of occasionally trying to save me, and then like you were saying, I wind up in rehab, and then I kind of am in and out of these upcoming episodes.
Do you know where the character ever goes? Do you know what's going to be happening?
When it's all done?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. It's kind of open-ended ending.
Mm-hmm. And this keeps it wide open for you to do film as well, right?
Yeah. I think they spent maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe longer, kind of doing the whole series. And it never kept me from doing other jobs. And, you of course, just have to check and ask them, HBO, if it's okay.
If it's cool, yeah. It's so weird because, like, it's a fairly new thing that people feel comfortable going back and doing TV. But I was reading this thing with Soderbergh said not too long ago, is like we've become this TV culture. That's the kind of things that we're talking about, the TV shows rather than the movies.
Yeah, that seems to kind of make sense. I mean, I can see maybe how other people that are totally firmly established in the movies might be reticent to do TV, if only for the timing thing. But, I mean, when I was growing up, I'd watch Hill Street Blues with my dad, and then I was like a huge Miami Vice fan, to where some of those episodes, to me, I can remember with friends saying like that was like a movie.
Yeah, right.
And to get something in an hour, even like Enlightened in a half hour, for me personally, I love it. And just now with cable and things repeating, just I've made a few kind of independent movies where I've thought they were good, and then just nobody sees them. And that's a bummer, and you just hope maybe they'll show up on cable or something. But with something like Enlightened, where it is offbeat and kind of unusual, then lots of people see it just because it's on.
Yeah. Well, Enlightened also used to be like the kind of thing that we'd go out to the movies to see. It was like a Sundance type thing. But now we really don't even have that many movies, or like you said, it's very, very tough. So many people come in, all right, it's opening in this theater in New York and that theater in L.A., and then it disappears.
And even you're right. It just becomes even more rare. You just hope it will hit like the Angelica or, just a smaller theater. But I think it's just not even a big deal now for a good movie to just go straight to on demand or,
And I'm
Netflix.
It's so curious about distribution because there's more theaters in the country than ever before.
Yeah.
And then they all have robot blowing up movies
Right.
in them, and you're like, really, every single one?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think, and I'm from Dallas, and maybe I just don't see them as much in Los Angeles, but these huge multiplexes where they have looks like 20 movies on the marquee, and yeah, it's just a different kind of business where even for me growing up, you'd have more kind of offbeat movies, but they'd be showing at regular big theaters.
Exactly.
They wouldn't be in these little kind of art houses.
Yeah, art houses are what now has become the old mall. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It used to be the dollar movie theater.
Right.
And oddly enough, if you live in the suburbs, you end up cherishing those places because
Yeah.
I have, and I'm like, I will show up at that place. But it is, well, look at Wes Anderson has such a great film this year, but it takes him now, 6 movies in before, I mean, he has to become a brand name.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for Wes, he kind of, I would say it's like more kind of, I guess it is kind of art house type stuff, but to me it seems like it gets seen by a lot more people than just an even smaller picture. I'd say maybe they're in the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think now, and which is great for Wes, is that he is kind of he's I don't know what brand name, but more like Soderbergh,
Woody Allen or
Soderbergh
somebody,
guy,
yeah.
or you go see it because
of him.
Hey, I hear
Yeah.
it's a Wes Anderson movie, and then people know. And also, he's been around for 15
years now. Yeah,
so that's good. And he's working more often, which is cool. He's not taking as much time between projects.
What did he always do in that time?
He just spends time writing. He takes his time writing. And I think that's, why the movies kind of turn out so intricate is because he really, he's not in a rush.
Well, when you started with him and your brother and all, did you guys have any idea that it would have the kind of rollout that it did? I mean, here we are 15 years later, and like we say, it's almost a genre of film now.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, we were really just, the goal was always just to get our first movie, Bottle Rocket, made. And I had no idea, but I definitely feel like sometimes I'll see commercials, and who knows, maybe Wes might have directed them, but I'll think that seems to kind of have a feeling like his movies, just like in the way that they're set up, the shots, even so, I feel like it has kind of gotten into mainstream.
Yeah, that
society.
tonality, that feeling.
Just
it's weird because I went back and watched Rushmore, and I go, there was a real opportunity that could have fallen into almost like an after-school special if the tonality wasn't just perfect.
Yeah,
it's really just, you've seen it kind of before. He's the quirky kid, but then there's some feeling that comes into those films.
Yeah, I think a lot of that. It's just kind of casting and the writing. And, the thing is, Wes would have, as well as being affected by people like Woody Allen, he would have kind of watched after school specials probably growing up. So, being a child of the 70s, I think that probably comes through his work.
You've had the opportunity, earlier on in this conversation, you said for the more established actors, do you still not feel established, even though you've been in some of these really classic films?
I mean, I just kind of feel like, in a good way, just a working actor. But I mean, for me, I always like those guys like Warren Oates and Harry Dean Stanton, who they do kind of bigger parts and then smaller parts, and that's kind of what I try and use as a model. And but I mean, I don't know about established, but I definitely feel a part of the business.
But more like a character actor.
I mean, I look to those guys. I wouldn't even call myself that because I like those guys so much. So, maybe working actor or just.
It is weird when anyone ever came before you. You just feel like you'll never catch up to that.
Exactly.
It's like not too long ago, Steven Tyler was in and he was talking about like Led Zeppelin and the Stones, and like there's no way he feels like he's part of that. And I'm like, they're only a couple years before you, dude.
I was just reading a book yesterday, this interviews with Dennis Hopper, and it was talking about he was in New York doing press on this movie Kid Blue, and I was thinking, gosh, those must have been the days.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess I'm in New York doing press, but it's just not the same.
It's not the same
I mean, I know
thing.
I'm not Dennis Hopper, but
Yeah.
man, it's just so far away from that.
Well, Hopper was also an interesting guy where he was doing a lot of different things too.
Yeah, and I mean, what's interesting about reading these interviews with him is the amount of time he'd go without working, and he directed Easy Rider, and then right after that he did this movie, the Last Movie, which was this kind of notorious out of control movie he filmed in Peru, and then he didn't direct again until 15 years later.
Yeah.
So yeah, really interesting.
But he spent like 15 years hiding in the backyard looking out.
Yeah, he was living out in Taos, New Mexico, and he says himself he was listening to telephone wires, and I was like, oh my gosh.
But at the same time, he was doing this really great photography.
Yeah.
And he had one of the best art collections in the
incredible.
country.
Just Robert Rauschenberg and Warhol, and it's incredible who he had. He was one of the original soup cans.
Mm-hmm. And then I always think that just comes back to having a good eye.
Yeah, definitely had a.
Kind of know about being an actor.
Yeah.
There isn't anything else that they've ever really done.
Yeah, I always, wonder that about people that have never had a real job.
Right, never had a real job.
But there are people out there that were grew up in the business that have like somebody like Jodie Foster, who's probably never had a real job.
Right,
she's
great. And then you see her, here she is at 50 when she did that thing, the Golden Globes, and you see she's just fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Right.
I just rode this really long wave, and here I am. But I think it's so helpful to fuck up really bad a couple of times in your life. Just make some giant mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe just on weekends and private.
Yeah, right.
Not on the world stage. Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood so far, right? Because it could happen to anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But look at the fact of Hopper or even Nicholson is people really do like the fact that they went out on the edge for a while.
Yeah, I think people kind of it's just like you were saying about Steven Tyler or Led Zeppelin. It's the same thing. You kind of buy into that outlaw image and kind of iconoclastic. People like that are appealing, maybe because you can't do it or maybe because you just want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely find myself reading about Led Zeppelin on the road.
Sure, man. All those guys come through here at one time or another, and they're all just some of the most interesting people, and so many of them, in the way that you were talking about Hopper before him, all those guys end up living for the blues guys.
Right.
And they're crazy about Chicago blues, Memphis blues.
They are. And that's, for me, that's always kind of really fun, as those guys lead you back to interesting people.
Exactly.
And Dylan kind of does the same thing. I feel like through Dylan, I learned about Woody Guthrie. And, it's the Rolling Stones the same way. Those guys lead you back to Chuck Berry.
Yeah, I remember,
for somebody like me.
When I remember being a kid too, and I would read Dylan, and there was so many interviews that I would end up writing a name down, whether it was Leadbelly.
Oh yeah.
Kerouac was another one. He would just drop, and now in hindsight, it was all the perfect names.
Yeah. Yeah, I even kind of there are these magazines, Uncut and Mojo, that actually do these great CDs that they sell with the magazine. It'll be stuff that influenced the Stones, just a whole CD of it, or Clapton, or but they're just interesting, and it's all like people like Slim Harpo that I would never know about.
Exactly.
That you find out through them,
and then you find out it all comes from someone.
Yeah. Same with to me with country music too. It's through people like Waylon and Willie that I learned about, Hank Williams and Ray Price and people like that.
And now all the younger guys. On the Outlaw Country station here on Sirius, there's so many guys doing great shit.
Yeah, I love that.
And that aren't getting any kind of, real recognition.
Yeah.
You worked with Dylan, though, which is, God, I mean, does it ever stop being Dylan when you're sitting there with him? Does he become Bob?
It never did. I really did have a great time doing that, and was such a huge fan that I kind of made a promise to myself: don't ever ask him anything, because I just noticed people would say, "Hey, do you remember this song or this show?" And it was just, I said, "No, I don't remember." I mean, I'd hear him say that, and I was like, "Okay, Luke, you know the answers, so don't ask."
Right.
And I broke that one time where he had said he'd walked up to me. He came up to me. At least that's what I was telling myself. But he'd asked me about. He was like, "You know, I heard you're from Dallas. You know about Towns Van Zandt." So. Yeah, we started talking about Towns Van Zandt, and I was like, "Well, you and Willie sang Poncho and Lefty one time." He's like, "Oh, I don't remember." And I said, "No, it was at Willie's birthday party. You guys were on stage together." And I kept pressing it.
Right.
And he said to me at the end, he was like, "Oh, I must have been drinking." And then he walked away, and I was like, "Damn it, Luke, you did it. You promised yourself you weren't going to do it, and you did it."
But do you think that he has to just force himself to be in the moment? Like if I go that place, then I just become like a historian of my own life.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely one of those guys that, I mean, I know I've read that he records an album and it's over for him unless he's playing it live, but he's not listening to it. But yeah, it's got to be hard for somebody like that where you get labeled the voice of a generation. You just got people. It's just like people asking him, "Do you remember this? Do you remember that?" I can see how somebody like him who's trying to create new stuff, he just doesn't even want to go down that road.
And when you think 99% of the people do stop and go, "Yes, I am the voice of 63 to 69.
Right. You can see how somebody even like getting older might say, "Okay, I'm going to start talking about this," or kind of reliving it in a way, but he just doesn't seem to be interested. It's kind of probably a good way to.
I think if he limits himself to that, then he never goes on.
Yeah.
Well, this takes us right back to Enlightened.
Directly back to Enlightened.
I want to thank you for stopping in, and it is a terrific show, man. You're
Thanks
doing
very
great
much.
work on it. And actually, everybody on the show is just really killing it on that show right now.
Thanks, Ron.
I wish you all the best, my man.
Thank you.
I'll see you next time coming through. All right, that's our new buddy, Luke Wilson.
It's a cool buddy to have.
Yeah, he is.
That was really cool.
Well, you know, you wanted him to be cool, and then he turns out to be cool, so that's extra cool.
Big upset Wilson family. I haven't met any of the rest of them, but
You know what, though? Don't you like people when they have outside interests besides their own work, though?
that's good. It makes them a whole person.
It does make him a whole person. Don't you love that, Fez?
Oh, yes.
Why are you lying?
Just to be part of the group.
That is the best thing in life for a performer, to fit into a group. They always say, he was one of the greatest performers in his generation. He fit into the group. Future Man, I actually think, is probably the best actor in the whole family.
He shows up on Rushmore, right? He's just sitting in the audience.
Yeah. He's really fucking... You know, Bottle Rocket was one of those movies that I did not see in the theater. It was... And I don't know who gave it to me. I said, you got to see this thing. And I'm like, I don't know, Bottle Rocket? I remember I hated the title. It sat, and the person was like, did you see it yet? And I'm like, no. And then finally when I watched it, it's the first time I watched it, I rewatched it. And then whenever this is when I was living down in Miami, I'd have friends come over and I go, oh, I'm going to put a movie on it. And they would watch it, and I would watch them watching it. That's how fucking into I got. Awesome. That I was like using it like as if somehow I was responsible. Because no one had heard of it. And then I think it was like Scorsese by the end of the year said, this is like one of the best movies of the decade. And then Roger Ebert did the same thing. And it kind of got a lot of life in DVDs, which is even hard to do these days because people, you know.
Well, it's all going to Netflix streaming or whatever streaming service.
Yeah, the problem with that is there's so many now. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to Netflix, it's not like walking in the old fucking video store where here are the 2 new ones this week, and everybody would fight over them and shit. When you go to Netflix, there's just so many that it's still hard to stick out.
There's so much independent stuff being produced and Netflix is like, yeah, we'll throw it up, sure. Fuck it.
Where's the filtered excellence?
It's on the iBang.
When you would go into the old video stores and the clerks would put up their own favorites, would you trust them or no?
I didn't trust any of those fucking clerks. I didn't trust them at all. Leisure Video, Long Island City. Those guys, weirdos. I would peruse the porn section, though, and always be just fucking freaked out by the size of laser discs. They really interested me in giant laser discs.
They were just and you know what? I can honestly tell you I never viewed one in my life. But I had seen the actual, those multicolored discs. Look, Kathleen from the Bronx wrote to me how much that she loves Enlightened. You know, she is like my arts buddy, where she will always have such great taste. Like I like to say to her all the time, great taste in art, bad taste in men. And then we laugh, and I go, I'm just kidding. Bri-Bri's the best.
Nice.
And then she'll say, you were right the first time, and she gives me a nudge. And it's the kind of stuff that we do, because we can all do that with each other as friends.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun time.
I don't know if it's fun, but it's something to do until death comes.
All right, that's fucking depressing.
Well, isn't life you try to do stuff until it's time to die?
Yeah, but I don't want to think about the time to die part. Just fucking focus on the doing stuff part.
Okay.
Like we can fucking start Laserdisc night here at Sirius. Put it up on the projector.
We can't. Zito spilled fucking Kool-Aid into the projector. And then piss and shit into it.
That seems a bit far. That seems fucking
That
cool.
fucking board's coming out of his pay. It's the only fair thing to do, or else we should all just start pouring fucking Coca-Colas in the boards.
I'll pour gasoline and fucking make sure it definitely works.
You know that's the 9th fucking time today you've said gasoline?
It's stuck in my head.
You got an arson fetish going on.
Hey, that was the fucking game. Guidance counselor, arsonist. There may be another one coming soon.
The game you want to play this weekend is Pick the Oscars and Win. Get your entries in. Chance to win on a signed DVD, Sling Blade, signed by Academy Award winner Billy Bob Thornton.
That's a signed DVD. Also a chance to win a random prize if you signed up right now. Let's just tell people what the random prize is going to be.
The random prize is Sin City on DVD, signed by Elijah Wood.
Oh, is that the man that yesterday you were calling the yellow guy?
Yeah, I had him mixed up with a different character.
Did we give out one from yesterday?
Yeah.
So we're all caught up?
Yeah, we're all caught up. It's fucking pricey in here. It's nice and pricey.
I had to take some gasoline and pour it all over those prizes.
Fucking show these listeners what they really could win. Gasoline. I heard prices are going up. Here you go. Fucking, here you go. I just sent you a bucket of gasoline. You like that? You like that? Fill your fucking car up with it, motherfucker. Because this shit's like $5 a gallon. So it's like I'm sending you fucking money in the mail.
Sending gasoline in the mail is so fucking funny. Rob, we decided to send out bottles of gasoline in UPS. So be careful, interns. I want you guys to get funnels, old Pepsi bottles, and corks.
If the fucking mailroom says they smell gasoline, just tell them it's us. It's supposed to smell like that.
Here's John in Georgia. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron. I just heard you talking about Bottle Rocket.
So what, man?
And I can trace back my current fascination with movies to a couple lines in Bottle Rocket. You took the earrings, Stingman. You took them.
That was so great when you find out that they were in his mom's house.
Oh,
It just, the way it unfolded kind of so slowly in my mind, it was just amazing.
Yeah, that was such a brilliant fucking film all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Cool.
And, you know, we can almost forget how original it was at the time because now people have stole the quirky from him, you know? Luke was just bringing up, like, sometimes I watch a commercial and it'll look like a Wes Anderson thing.
Luke's in the business. You should find out who does these commercials. You should fucking go to their houses and pour gasoline on them and set the fucking thing on fire. Come on. I know Luke's gone. I can't tell him now, but I'll get in touch with the people who rep him, and I'll send him a bottle of gas.
I can't take any more gas talk. I can't fucking take any more gas talk. It's driving me crazy. I'm starting to fear you.
I'm going to go funneling after the meeting today.
I decided I am going to go to the meeting, but I can only be there for 1/2 hour. And after that, I'm gone, never to be seen again.
It's Kaiser Soze style.
I'll just be at the meeting. I remember one time I was down in Guatemala.
This great big fat woman was fucking there.
I'm talking orca fat.
His name was Kobayashi. Because I just saw you drink out of that fucking gasoline-filled coffee cup.
All right. Because I'm past the point where I like to I laugh and I get into concerned laughter. Like, I hope I can stop.
It's fun today. It's fun Friday.
Oh, it is. We have a fun fucking time when our friend's dad's been dead for 2 years. Laugh it up now, right, boys? Tomorrow's going to be a bad day.
Tomorrow's a sad one.
Just think of Luke Wilson when he gets sad.
I guess that would work, but I think thoughts of my dad might keep sinking in there.
Luke Wilson brought you up to me, too.
What did he say?
He goes, looks like skinny Teddy Roosevelt's got a lot of bruises all over him, huh?
Who's slapping Teddy around?
Put up a picture of Luke Wilson.
Remember, he was just in here.
Yeah, I know. That's weird to put it up. We should just had that when he came in. Look, there's your picture if you need to look at it at all.
Look, we don't have any mirrors, but we have a fucking picture of you. So, you know, you actually do look like yourself.
Well, I've been out walking. How you going to spend tomorrow? First thing, Fez. Are you going to cry as soon as you wake up?
Yeah, if I sleep.
Oh.
I think it'll probably start late tonight and go into tomorrow.
So you're not even gonna... Oh, that's even more fucked up. So you're going to be all sleep-deprived crying?
Doesn't it start at midnight?
Yeah, well, I think it's already started in my head. So, but yeah, the actual day of mourning starts at midnight, the 24th.
Why don't you give us a little preview of morning?
It'll be me, and I'll get that DVD, put that in.
So it actually takes an outside thing to make you feel bad. Like, you don't feel it yourself. You need to kind of create this.
No, I mean, no, it's already there, but...
Are you going to put on one of your dad's old shirts that you saved?
Oh, yeah, I'll have that. I'll be holding on to it. I'll probably put it on as well.
Do you have any of his old pants?
I have, like, you know how my dad always enjoyed wearing short shorts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have those.
Do you ever wear them?
I wouldn't even fit in them. He was a tiny-assed man.
You should start fucking kidnapping and murdering like older men around the city and create a fucking suit.
Dad suit.
A dad suit.
He's creating a dad suit. All right, now you made the Luke Wilson picture gigantic. It's like Luke Wilson died 2 years ago.
No, never.
You know what you ought to do is upload it to YouTube so that you never lose it, Fez. Because DVD players are not going to be around much longer.
And DVDs themselves get scratched and shit. So
They do. You want us to upload it?
I'll upload it.
Yeah, you can upload it. That's fine.
You can put it on your own like little secret room. Like no one can come in here. This is for me to feel bad. Then you can watch it every day. When's the last time you watched the DVD?
It was, I watched it around Christmas time. So it was a couple months ago.
Wanted to feel bad for Christmas?
I was just really thinking about him, and I like seeing his face.
I'm gonna put it up on a World Star, but it'll be like a private section. So you know.
Would World Star accept it?
Yeah, if your dad's knocking somebody out, this DVD.
There's no fights in it or anything.
Why don't you just show some nice, sweet, gentle stuff, and then you're yelling out, "World Star, baby!"
World Star gonna love this.
Tom, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Yeah, Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to tell Fez if he starts crying tomorrow, that's a day early. Tomorrow's the 23rd.
Well, how did it work out that last year it was on a Friday?
Well, I don't know, but I heard you saying this yesterday, and I thought, man, maybe I must be screwed up. But now tomorrow's 23rd, so you got to hold up for a day.
I'm going to check my father's obituary, but I could have sworn it was on Saturday.
Well, maybe it was.
You know what day did he die?
He died 2 years ago on a Thursday.
Why don't you just go by the fucking date and not by what day it was on? Why don't you just treat the calendar like the rest of us do? And I don't know if that was a Thursday, Fez. Because what time did he actually die?
He died that Thursday night.
What is the time? All right, so what did you figure out?
All right, he died February 24th. So I guess for some reason that's a Sunday this year.
2012 was a leap year.
Oh, is that what screwed me up?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh shit.
All right, so I'll be crying on Sunday.
And you said you were coming over to my house on Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No fucking way. No fucking way, dude. I can't be around that.
I'll put the flowers in the Hudson and watch the DVD early.
No. Well, you stay at your house and cry.
I'll have it all cried out by then.
No way. No way.
What if
I need some separation.
What if something happens on the Oscars that reminds you of your dad? Then you can just go at any moment. I'm just trying
Like
to
the in memoriam?
Oh,
Now-
there you go.
Here's the weird thing. Now, remember how Fez said it was so important that he cried all day, right?
Yeah.
Now, when he finds out it's messing up his Oscar tradition, no, I'm going to cry before and then I'll be over.
It's all about the scheduling.
And I'm going to be watching the 500 too.
Did your dad like NASCAR?
No.
Loved it. I was thinking of your older brother then.
And he hasn't watched it since The Intimidator died.
Hey, does your whole retarded family have the date wrong?
No, I'm sure it was just me.
You should call them on Saturday. Why don't you just mourn on Saturday? Doesn't have to be on the actual day, right?
No, because, I mean, the sadness is going to be just as intense no matter when I end up doing this. So, but, I mean, and the plan was to save it for the weekend.
What was your best memory of your dad? And what's your worst?
My worst memory?
What was one that you thought was kind of good and now doesn't seem so good? And one that you thought was bad now seems great? And what did your dad like to eat? And what was his favorite color?
Well, his favorite color was blue.
And was he a good driver or?
He was a horrible driver.
Oh.
And
Who we going to get to take your place as the live chat person for the red carpet show now?
I could check in with Paul Lowe.
Paul loves Oscar.
All this time, everyone thought that they were going to get the funny, catty, gay red carpet show. Everything's fucked. Hicks. Pour gasoline on this entire weekend and burn it.
You know, fucking started running a lot of money, this gasoline thing, because fucking this shit's going up. It's
like putting out fire with gasoline. I might be crazy when I say this. Should Popcorn Joe be doing the red carpet? He is like young Fez.
This could be a place where he could be strong. And Fez is his mentor.
Tom, Illinois, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, I don't mean to run Fez down by any means, but isn't that kind of a little odd that you celebrate your dad's death day, not his birthday? I mean, celebrate his birthday, have a good time, but death day? That just don't seem right.
Yeah.
I think about him on his birthday, too. That's another day where I watch the DVD.
How many days do you put aside cry days for your dad?
3. Well, no, 4. I'll say 4.
One every season?
Yeah, because I'll do his birthday in July, at some point during the Christmas season, not actually Christmas Day, the day he died, and Father's Day.
Father's Day is just a rough day for you.
Yeah, that one's tough.
What's the roughest of them all? Death Day, Father's Day, Groundhog's Day, or Christmas?
The Christmas one is the toughest.
Really?
Yeah.
I would guess tomorrow's the toughest.
Tomorrow's very tough. I mean, but I'm trying to keep it contained. Christmas, I kind of think about all
Tomorrow
through.
isn't it? It's fucking Sunday.
This weekend. It's Death Weekend.
I mean, face it, no offense, he doesn't even care enough about his dad to know what day he's supposed to be crying on.
It's not good.
I'm going to probably... Sunday you're going to be doing the crying?
Yeah.
I'm going to call my dad that day, too, and just brag about the fact that we're still together. And we beat...
You should.
Like we always say, we beat the Hilliers again, buddy. We beat the Hilliers again. My dad said to me, now all you got to do is outlive Fez. And you know what? My dad actually did bring you up the other night, and he said this. It's so sad what's going on with him because he was the funniest son of a bitch. I go, he was, Pop. He sure was. He worries about you.
That's, I mean, that's very kind, but I hate the fact that I give him something to worry about.
I thought you liked that.
No, I don't want anyone to have to worry.
I mean, he's not so much worried about you as he is my career.
But that's still worry.
He always says to me, brush him off, Claire. Brush him off. Because me and my dad always watch Bill Murray movies together. We have so much time to do so much stuff since we're both alive.
That does help.
Hicks, you and your dad should come over sometime.
Oh, he's long gone.
Oh, Pips, what about you and your dad come over?
He's dead.
Huh.
It's weird.
Bunch of fucking loser dads, I guess.
Lost my dad doesn't make it a loser dad.
Hey, we ought to do this. Why don't we all chip in $1,000 and then take our dads out for Father's Day?
See, there's no one for me personally to take out.
I don't have a dad to take to the party.
Then my dad will represent all the dads. Give me a G each. Come on, let's go.
Jesus. Let's see what I got.
Here's Nico, Texas. You're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Good, man.
Fezzy, are you doing this for yourself or are you doing this for your dad? Because I know as a father, I would never want any of my kids to do this for me. It would just be horrible. It'd break my heart.
Well, I mean, I'm doing it. Crying makes me feel better over this. If I can get it cried out and not keep thinking about it. So, but I mean, it's remembering my father too. So I think it's both.
I don't even know how you build that up.
Is it like a switch? Like at a certain time, you just decide it's time to get it out?
Yeah, well, no. I mean, I don't turn it on. Like sometimes I can't even control it. I just some sort of thought of him comes through my mind, and I get really, really sad.
Give us one of the thoughts that would make you so sad you start crying. Just tell us so we can understand.
Last weekend was President's Day weekend, and that was the last time we spent together, and just watching any sort of special that day would make me start crying. Would make me start crying. There was a lot of stuff I just didn't that I normally would watch, and I just didn't. They had that new Tom Hanks Killing Lincoln special that I wanted to see. That I didn't watch that because I know that's something he would have been into, and just the thought of sitting there watching it on President's Day.
So you would think if that was the type of thing to make him cry, he would get choked here, but he doesn't. There's something else beyond it. He always acts like it's these outside things, but it can't possibly be.
No, it just, I don't know when it's going to hit me. It hit me last night, just out of nowhere. I don't even know what I was looking at on the computer, and something just made me think about it.
So you're looking at the computer, and then what did you say?
She's using buckets of gas.
My
you
dad
had that ready? Go ahead, Fezzy. Don't.
My dad did enjoy gasoline. He liked to put it in his car and his lawnmower.
We all do.
Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Mike, once, twice.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah, buddy.
You are killing it today, dude. It kind of reminds me of that athlete that in a playoff game in the wintertime's got the flu. He's dehydrated, but he still puts up huge numbers.
I think you're talking about I think you're talking about Mr. Michael Jordan, who had to go and lay down during the fucking timeouts, and still came out and crushed.
Jalen Rose is now saying he was hungover and he wasn't sick at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't seem like Mike that he would drink. Send me that. Like Mike, I want to drink like Mike.
There you go.
Will in Seattle, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys. As much as I love Fez, I think back to years and years ago, like there was a party going on the weeks leading up to the Oscars, and Paul O was on all the time. I think your idea of replacing Fez for the red carpet party might not be all that crazy.
It does seem like it's turned into a live read more than a celebration. It used to be an obsession, the Oscar night.
Maybe this Oscars is just off because it's just between two films to fucking literally win every fucking award that matters. That's also made this Oscar feel a little weird. This is the first time in years I've seen everything. I've seen everything that's been fucking nominated.
It's good. Maybe we should put up a thing. Do you guys still want to do live chat without Fez? Link that up as quickly as you can, Chris.
Okay.
And we'll let the voters decide. Like in presidential trivia, we will let the voters decide. And Fez, you will not be coming to my house for the Oscars. Because I want to make it a night of fun and niceness, and I don't want to think about anybody's dead dad.
Well, I'll be done with this morning by that time. It's evening.
I got a great idea. Stop by Monday morning and be part of the cleanup crew before you get in here. I've been trying to get to the point of seeing what clicks it for him, and I can't get it. He's never in the moment. He'll talk about these weird outside things, but I'm never getting an actual connection to what turns this on.
You gotta tap that fucking sadness.
Like, I don't even understand sitting around crying by yourself. Like, I get crying so a woman thinks that you're sensitive and then she'll bang you. Like, I get that gimmick. Like, oh, sometimes I just think about the world. Look at that. It's like I just start crying out of nowhere.
Wasn't really crying. Does that work in the gay community too?
No, he wouldn't know what works in the gay community. Here's what works in the gay community. I just stuck my fucking dick in a knothole, and now some dude's gonna blow me.
Damn.
That's you buying flowers in the gay community. They're pretty well open to this. Well, it looks like the no's are coming in pretty heavy that nobody wants to do this without Fez. It's up on the iBang. It's up for the iBang readers. You still want to sit around and make fun of dresses and shit.
Drunk celebrities.
The perfect person to do this, and she never signs on with you, Fez, would have been Kathleen from the Bronx. But she's never once been to one of your live chats.
No.
She
Never
actually
been
said,
in there.
She actually said to me this one time, she goes, that Fez Watley is an ill-begotten son of a bitch.
Oh,
wow, was she drinking?
No, unless you count gasoline. So I was hoping I could bring that back. Then you just put up pictures of it.
This is a gasoline party today.
Brian, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Ronnie B, what up? Hey, Fezzy, you think you kind of feel like extra guilt because your pops died up here while he was visiting you, and kind of like when you set up these like crying days, it's kind of you kind of think like he knows you're crying and like just kind of like to say you're sorry, to your pops. What do you think?
No, I don't think he knows I'm crying because I don't think he exists anymore.
That's so sad.
And I saw the care that he got at the hospital, the round-the-clock care after he, went to the coma and went to cardiac arrest. So no, I don't feel guilty about it. That's one thing I actually feel. I'm glad I got one last weekend with him.
All right, here's somebody wrote this in. The scheduled morning, wallowing in sadness, denying himself things he enjoys. It shows Fez just loves to punish himself. Probably because he thinks he's bad for being gay. Sometimes I think we do love pain, I think that there can be pleasure in pain. And certainly there's somewhat a relief in letting yourself actually give in to tears.
Get all that sadness out.
It's like a bulimic eating as much as they want and then puking all over. And this is Fez's way of taking all those memories of his father and then puking them out again.
Do you like purging the sadness out of yourself?
Well,
because
I do want to feel sad this weekend. I do want to feel sad about my father. I worry that if I don't feel sad,
mm-hmm.
then it means I don't miss him anymore.
I
don't know how to handle that.
No, but that I think we got beyond what we were talking about before, because this is the real cause. That if you see you being sad as a way of honoring him, and that's why when people say don't do that, if Fez's belief is someone crying for you is a way of honoring, and the Italians used to believe that they used to actually hire mourners to come in and sob. They would hire women to come and cry. So if that's what Fez believes, by not crying or having fun or going to his friend's house for Oscar night, it might be a way of forgetting his dad.
Yeah, I mean...
Fez, just know this. You forgot your dad. You don't care about any of the things he did for you. And now you can feel better about that. Like Hicks has done with his parents.
Oh, yeah, it's purged from my brain. But then again, I'm a bad person. And I probably emotionally disturbed.
I don't know how to tell you this. Maybe to make you feel better.
Yeah.
You're a replicant. So those were just memories that we put in. You're missing nothing. You're only a couple weeks old.
This makes fucking perfect sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find that scientist.
That's Rob Cross. Rob Cross is now working on tools. So that's the thing. You feel as if you're not good and sad for your dad, that you've forgotten about him.
Yeah, I mean, like let's say it was Monday the 25th, and I looked at the calendar and said, oh, shit, yesterday was the day my dad died, and I didn't even think about it, or...
Fezzy?
Then I would feel awful
The
about
25th
that.
falls on a Friday this year. It was a fucking leap year.
All right, we've leaped a lot.
Why would you feel awful if you didn't cry for your dad?
I don't even know if it's so much the crying as it is just thinking about him. And so when I think about him, then the crying starts.
Because you never liked him very much and you were afraid of him.
No, I loved him.
Yeah, but he never hugged you or told you that he loved you.
He hugged me all the time and told me he loved me.
He was just a really bad dad who really didn't give you a lot of acceptance and love.
Yeah.
He was a great dad who gave me all the acceptance he could muster.
He gave you all the mustard, obviously, because he had never seen a little boy eat so many hot dogs. So this is a good thing for you.
Yeah,
you
I
had a
mean,
great dad. You loved him. You love him. And you feel that you need to honor him with a day of tears. And I don't see what's so awful about that. Some people think it's awful.
It's exactly what I want to do.
I always look over a lot of times, and don't take this the wrong way, but when you're not crying, I always think, I guess he didn't love his dad that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
knew people was thinking that.
I do. I think it all the time. Like, if you're laughing, I'm like, way to forget that your dad died.
I wish I hadn't eaten all that soup he left.
Steve, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hi, guys. Fez, listen, I'm going to put it this way. My father died 2 years ago from cancer. Watched him deteriorate down to nothing. Big, strong man turned to a little bitty man of nothing. I'm going to tell you, he's never dead. He's in your heart and your mind, Fez. He knows how you feel. And forgetting the day he died, it's just another day. You don't want to remember that day. His birthday is the more important one, the day that he came into this world, not the day he left it.
Well, I remember both of them. I don't skip over his birthday for his death day. I mean, both of them are big days.
Fez, I got to tell you, both my parents died within a year of each other, and they're both born on holidays. It's very hard to forget it.
Wow, that's tough, man.
Yeah, but dude, you just got to do it. It's really, listen, I feel the same way you do. We all do. Every single one of us say it. We all miss our parents, except for the ones that were assholes to us. But, your father loved you, like Ronnie's saying. You had to love. You know how he feels. You think he's going to want you to be miserable? No. He wants you to be happy. That's all they ever wanted of you, me, or any parent wants of their kid.
All right, thanks. I just, personally, I think if Fez has his little thing that he likes to do, what is the harm in it? What is the harm to maybe just embrace sorrow one day? I mean, what do people fear about that? That you'll never get out of it?
I think people
it's not like he was going to be doing anything but watching TV anyway.
I think people are feeling comfortable about hearing about other people's sadness and crying. So they're like, oh, I wouldn't want to do that, so fucking he shouldn't.
Look, here's the thing about your dad, Fez. Your papa was a Rolling Stone, and wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left you was alone. And the other thing that you should be doing is trying to find that outside family. I know he had kids from somebody else.
Oh, shit. You got half brothers and sisters?
A quarter. Because his dad nailed this other chick with another dude. It was a shared semen.
We don't know which one actually took.
Just cocktail.
I think that his real brother, and we're going to find out it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, sick.
And Fez is the shitty Danny DeVito one.
Oh.
I love to see you hit people. You ever watch It's Always Sunny?
Yeah.
DeVito's just about a part at the seams. It's a real classy affair. I have a new thing. All these years I never watched It's Always Sunny, and now I tape it at night and watch it when I eat breakfast. I fucking laugh.
Yeah, these fucking madmen.
You're not going to believe who my favorite is.
Who?
You fucking hate it for me.
Who?
You're not going to. You would not guess.
Who's your favorite? Charlie?
It's everybody's favorite. My favorite is Dennis.
Dennis.
You got to look him up. You don't even know what Dennis looks like, do you?
Dennis is the one who is married to Dee in real life.
All right, HTG just came in.
Dennis?
I can't help it.
Dennis?
Yeah.
He's the one. I thought he's the one everybody hates.
I think that's why I like him.
Oh God, I can't stand Dennis. Oh, he's like the I guess he would be like the David Schwimmer of Friends.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
He's the creep. He's the jerk. He's the.
Hey,
he's
Fed's got a
awkward.
reference.
That I understood.
Because you went in with the masses. You're just like everyone else. I'm part of it.
Oh, he's so cringy.
I'm part of the crowd.
He's so cringy. Everything he does is cringy.
Rick, you're on the Run of Fez show.
It's Soundboard Fez. Hey, Ronnie, he doesn't talk about Fez. You're listening to him. I'm talking to you like you're not there. You don't talk about your mom a whole lot. You know your mom has to be concerned with what's going on. There's an old saying that a mother is only as happy as her saddest child because of how much she cares about them.
You act like Fez is from a normal family. Fez used to hate his mom until his dad died. You used to say, I hate my mom.
Oh, yeah. Now I just
adore her.
I feel sorry for her.
I do anything I can to please my mother. I go back every single vacation to see her.
Well, better now than after.
Then he'll really cherish her. Then he'll just tape a picture of her to his taint and wear it.
Oh.
I bet if you checked his taint right now, you'd see a picture of his dad.
Oh. It's like a taint piercing, and it's just like a locket.
You could start a new thing there.
If you have a locket with anything, you ought to fucking just have a picture of Dennis in it.
Not Dennis.
No one likes Dennis. No one thinks he's funny. I think his delivery is hysterical.
I'm so uncomfortable.
I just love Charlie.
I'm a Mac
Everyone
girl.
loves Charlie.
No,
It's the
Mac.
easiest thing in the world. I will give Mac this. The Riot T-shirt is fucking hysterical. There's no reason he's always wearing a Riot T-shirt. And Sweet D is the fucking funniest of them all. But there's something about Dennis. It's just the delivery is so schmarmy and awful
It
and
is-
terrible.
yes.
That is great.
No.
The balls to be seen. No offense, but I liked Charlie the first time I met him when he was called East Side Dave.
Oh, it's got to be Mac, because
Charlie's
Mac's
not-
the baby.
Gary, you're on the Run of Fez show.
I'm totally with you, Ron. I'm glad you said that. Dennis is not only is he smarmy, it's his trail off comments. You know, when they all start
Hysterical.
talking, his trail off comments are just absolutely genius. And I love the way they make him smart some episodes, you know, and then kind of dumb in other episodes. I think his character's really good, and I think his comedy's so subtle and funny. I'm with you totally.
Oh, by the way, you're not just with me. You're with the big ass prize closet. You're a big winner, and that's why you hear that bell going off. Because you are a. There it is. You're a big winner for picking Dennis.
That's the guy gets a prize for?
Yeah, that's the kind of ways you can win here.
You know, I'm too buying into his character that where you're supposed to hate
I
him
love
to
it.
enjoy that he's good at it. I can't enjoy that he's good at playing it because I'm too busy buying into how hateable he is.
Well, see, I don't think that he's hateable. I think that I think that he just doesn't care.
Did you see the reunion one?
Don't try to give him away. I told you I'm a new viewer.
All right, so maybe you didn't see that one.
Reunion with who?
When they go back to their high school?
No, I didn't see it.
All
Don't
right,
ruin
all
this
right.
for me. This is why I hate to tell people about my breakfast shows.
No reunion, no.
Oh, God, stop with the Harlem Shake. And people are just acting like retards now. God, how I hate the
Wait, was that
internet.
the fucking news crew doing
Yeah.
that? Oh.
They don't. They want to be the first ones. Like, you know, they saw Gangnam and they want to be first this time.
Steve, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, Fezzy, was your dad musically inclined?
Well, if, holding your nose and farting isn't musically inclined, then yes, the man was phenomenal.
Well,
He's quite musical in that respect.
that beautiful music he made while he was alive, just think of him now as decomposing.
God, that's disgusting.
I get it.
What the fuck?
I get the joke.
Don't listen.
What the fuck?
I got
I
it.
think I even forced the fucking bit like that, like Fez's dad was a composer. Fez doesn't care that his dad died. So what?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Then
Yes, it was 2 years ago. I missed him.
Completely missed everything. Well, I'm sure he would be proud of you, Fez. You came out, you've met some wonderful people, and you have turned your life around. Wait, none of that is true.
No, I haven't done any of that.
Right, this is set to be. Dennis, he's just a rich frat boy. Like, he grew up in Radnor or Swarthmore or someplace with driveways.
Well, he tries to act like it, but
By the way, Delaware County Trash is fucking one of the best that we have.
Delco Trash is the fucking man.
When you go out of your way to say like you grew up with a driveway, and people can get it, like yeah, who you think you are, Mr. Fucking Driveway, having a place to park your car. I got a break here. Yeah. When we come back, we're gonna have Luke Wilson back in.
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
I thought I missed him.
No. That's why we told you he was coming later. Luke Wilson's not a big fan of that juice. Learning to fly. What Aretha song are we coming back with?
We're going to be coming back with I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You.
Oh, that's a very sexy song. All right, hold on. Doug came up with a funny. Hey, Doug, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Mr. B. Just a clarification here. The reason people who work on the show can't win anything because if they agree with you, they win something, then that means Pepper would win everything.
Oh, fuck your cunt mouth, motherfucker.
Fucking Pepper Geek.
Suck on some cocks.
It's fucking true.
Bullshit.
You agreed with me on the gasoline thing.
What gasoline thing?
When I said pour fucking gasoline on it and burn it.
It's fun to fucking burn shit. And it smells good.
Thank you, Pepper Keat.
Pepper Keat, I was fucking talking
You're
about gasoline
repeating
all day
everything
long.
I'm saying. You're repeating everything I'm saying.
Bull fucking shit.
If you don't think so, then take that hammer and break my thumb with it. Just smash my fucking thumb with a hammer and let people know
That's
you're
assault.
not under this thumb anymore.
That's assault.
It's a salt by pepper. It'll be really fucking fun. Look, Fez is just sitting like this. I wonder when we're going to get back to my sadness. I like to talk about my sadness and my bruises. Look, I got one here, and one here, one here, and 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 another one here.
That's a lot. That's a lot of beating.
Looks really sad now.
And another one here, and another one here.
You know what? I was a big fan
And
of the
another one
mustache,
here.
but now I think it just looks like a frown. I'm just noticing. I think it makes you look sadder.
Well, it's now the upper lip is just non-existent, but it's taking over the lower lip as well.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like it's shaped like a
I
frown.
like it. I like it.
No, I did
think,
like it,
I think
but-
it accentuates his weak chin.
When you smile, there, you curl up the sides.
Still looks like he's sad. He's laughing behind a mustache. I got a break here. I can't fucking go on and on. Like, he's happy to talk about his mustache. Look, it's over this, and now it's down to this.
Oh, it's sad again.
And then I pull it up to here, and then here.
It's sad again.
It's a physical thing on me.
It drooped.
It's the physical, real thing that we can all look at and talk about. Hicks, what are you robbing a fucking gas station later? Because the mask is almost on.
I just saw on CNN gasoline's at 50 cents in the last 5 weeks.
Hold on, Steve, you're on the Run and Fez show. Steve, you got you got a correction for Pepper?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What is it?
Oh, hey, how you doing, Ron? Sorry. Pete from Toronto. Sorry. Just saying he was shitting on friggin' It's Always Sunday in Philadelphia the wrong way. He's saying that it was Dennis the asshole that is married to Dee, but it's Mac, the terrible writer.
Yeah, Mac is married.
I thought it was Charlie.
No, Charlie is married to the waitress in real life.
Right.
Right. Now I'm going to pretend that I know all the facts
No, and then she had the
about
baby
the
with
show. Now I'm
they've
going to
had two
pretend that
kids.
I know.
They've had 2 kids.
What, real life?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
No, because I didn't know that until I saw the episode where. Oh, never mind. Nothing.
I'm a new viewer.
Nothing.
I got a break.
We got a break.
We'll right back. Vez is going to show us a bag of toenails. It's the Ron and Fez show.
The Ron and Fez show continues.
Keep telling me that you ain't no good. Oh, but they don't know that I'd leave you if I could. I guess I'm uptight and I'm stuck like glue. 'Cause I ain't never love a man the way that I love you.
And I believe you. I believe you, Lady Soul. No possible way could Aretha have loved anyone else the way she loves you right now. I heard it in that song. Chris Stanley coming in with a couple of bottles here. What do you got?
Got a fucking goddamn great bottle of Pinot Noir
from
Decibel Wines from New Zealand, which is really fucking good. Thanks to Dan from
And,
Decibel Wines.
Dan, here's the thing. I hope that goes great with a ham steak.
Yeah.
Because...
You know, it's funny you mention that.
Mhm.
In the back, there's a blank space for food pairings. Just
Yeah.
no pepper with- Normally, you put you know.
Right.
Subway.
Yeah, yeah.
$5 foot long.
And actually eating it in the Subway. He's one of the few people who thinks this is Subway food. And then what else you have?
A bottle of grappa. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
That's exactly how you say
Now,
it.
where's grappa from?
Grappa is made in Italy. It's actually made from after they press the grapes and they have the skins and the seeds left over. Then they ferment that. So.
And why is it clear?
Because it's a booze. It's not a wine.
Ah.
It's a booze. So it's I don't know. I have this delusion that if I give Pepper like really nice fine alcohol, that he might not just slam it down. But I probably, like I said, it's a delusion.
Are you going to give it a try right now, Pep?
I mean, sure. I mean, it's 42.
Have you ever drank this before?
Not that I know of. No, at least unless I was.
Okay, you could have happened at some point, and he says that about everyone.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be pretty smooth, but I mean, grappa's meant like after the meal, sip it. You know, it's
Oh God! So you open it with your teeth. I take it.
What does it taste? It's not like an ouzo, is it?
it doesn't have that strong a flavor. It's.
I thought it was ouzo when he came in with it. That's what I thought it was.
No, it's a much more sort of neutral spirit.
Okay.
You know, but it's a digestive. Well, we'll let Pepper explain it to you in a second.
And what's the present that you got for Arlene Francis over here?
I was just coming on Carnival when I was in Italy, or it's probably wrapping up by now. So that's the old masks they wear in Venice. So I don't know. I just thought of Fez, and that kind of had like a wrestling sort of.
Yeah, I
To
guess
it as well.
There's kind of a luchador look for it, but it's just a face mask.
Here's the only downside of that: as a wrestler, we would call you the noseless crusher because your nose just moves down with the mask.
There's no nose to fill it out.
You need cartilage, is what you need. We're gonna save up money and get you some. All right, you trying your grappa there, Hicks?
That smells good.
What's it smell like?
Booze.
It tastes almost like pepperminty a little bit.
There's probably some subtleties in there. You know.
I don't know what a subtlety is.
Could write down some tasting notes for it.
And you graduated from what? College?
College.
Like a schnapsy?
CUNY
kinda
Hunter.
Oh. It's always great when you go to a city school.
Oh, Hunter's great. Maybe, Ed Burns, the director.
Very familiar with Ed Burns.
CUNY Hunter.
Yeah. So you're making your films now too, then, are you?
Oh yeah. I'm part of something called Fucking Stuff Guy. You heard of it?
Oh yeah, I have seen some of those.
There's a lot of depth to it, where there's this guy, Fucking Stuff Guy, and I egg him on to hump things.
Go ahead, fuck it.
Yeah, good work.
Well, take another hit off that so when we go into the meeting, you slur something
Jesus,
really
I fucking
embarrassing.
forgot about... Fuck! I can't... I would smell like alcohol. It's really bad.
Friday meetings.
Fuck.
It is a Friday meeting.
Wow, I totally forgot about that. Now Rob Cross is going to smell liquor on my breath.
Today's also Hawaiian Shirt Day, so, if anybody who wants to wear a Hawaiian shirt, go ahead and do it.
That Lumberg's a dick.
Well, what are you going to do?
Gotta make that money.
They won't leave the anchorman alone now, and they got a picture of his chick, his runaround chick. That's no one's fucking business.
Yeah, this guy's
He's not in trouble for having a side chick. He's in trouble for choking out somebody.
But because he choked the other broad out, now he's in trouble for everything bad he's ever done.
Although I do like this, anchor's astray. Get it? It's wordplay. It's wordplay. Fez, you ought to wear the mask tomorrow when you're crying in honor of your dad.
Just to mask my emotions.
It'd be so sad to have glitter just streaming down your face.
Actually, see if you can cry in a mask. I don't know if it's ever been done before. Think of something. Tell us some story about your dad that would just crush your emotions, and then we'll see whether you cry or not.
Just that, let's see. The last time I was with him, he was in a lot of, before he went unconscious, he was in a lot of pain.
All right, let's get this straight. I don't want a funny story. I want a really sad one.
Right, that's what I was trying to think of.
You're going in the whole opposite direction. All right, go ahead. So, see if you can cry in a mask.
All right, so they sent this little doctor out, this really young intern-type doctor out to tell us that he wasn't going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we had to do
Hold on, the little intern wasn't going to make it?
No, my
okay, when
my
you said
dad
he,
was,
yeah. Let's start and use names so we don't get confused.
Okay, there was a whole team of doctors
By the
that
way,
was working on my father.
They have decided so far not to do the red carpet without you, so there will be no red carpet, Oscar, it looks like. They don't want to do it without Fez. They love him so. So go ahead. You were saying something funny?
No, I was saying about when my dad passed away, that I remember that they had to, when he died, and they went in and they took him off all the machines and took the respirator out and everything and just had his body there in the bed, and we had to call for a nurse because my mom wanted to kiss him goodbye and couldn't reach him. And that just seemed like one of the really saddest moments in the whole process of the thing. I mean, the whole thing was horrible, but
I know, buddy.
just the fact that she couldn't get to him when she really needed to.
I remember that same night when you, Fez had called me, and the phone was ringing. I just sat down, I had this meatball sandwich, and just come out of the oven. And Fez is like, my dad's dying, can you come over? And I go, now? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, but I just had this meatball sandwich. And I ended up leaving it there. And I never ate it.
Wait, so it just got cold and no one ever ate the...
Kids ate it.
All right. Thank God.
They wait for you to put a meatball sandwich down.
So I think I ruined the inside of this mask.
Who's got?
It's not really what I envisioned the mask like when I bought it.
Oh, I think it's better though to wear a mask while you cry. All right, who had the sadder story? X.
Someone got to enjoy the sandwich.
By the way, was your mom freaking out or just sad when it happened?
She was. I don't know how to describe it because she was
impression.
like. She was
Do an
like.
impression. We'll be you and your brother, and you'll be your mom.
She was.
Don't say she was. Do the impression.
I can't say goodbye to him. I can't reach him. I need to kiss him goodbye.
Mom, stop it. You're embarrassing us in the hospital. Is that what you said or your brother?
My brother had gone to the back of the room.
Oh, yeah, I guess that night.
It was,
He told me later.
This chick who got outed by the Daily News, who was banging the crazy drunk, she wrote a book about their affair. She turned fan fiction into a book about their affair, and she's selling a book on Amazon.
What? Who did she write it about?
So she had the affair with the guy who got busted.
Rob Williams.
Yeah. So when they
Wait,
were,
is that his name?
Rob Morrison.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the English pop singer Robbie Williams.
So they're having this affair. She writes a fan fiction about their affair she's had with this guy, and then sells it as a book, but never told anyone. So now the book's sold out on Amazon after the things come out.
She was prepared.
She's making some money off this.
That's what's his name started this fan fiction? That 50 Degrees of Grayness.
Yeah,
50 Degrees of Grayness.
No, 50 Shades of Gray.
Mm-hmm. Of Grayness. That was a Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah, that was just free on the internet, and then this fucking woman just goes through the fucking Word document, replacing, I guess, Edward or whatever with fucking Christian Grey. It was literally, that's all they did, and then she sells it online. Now it blows the fuck up, and now there's a fucking movie being made. It's going to be gigantic.
Had you ever read my fan fiction?
No.
It's called My Partner Cries Under a Mask, and it's good. Seems like it's nutty though. That was a good sad story though, Fezzy. That's the kind of stuff you're going to be thinking about to get going this weekend in crime.
Yeah, all of those will run through my mind.
It's really best when I've always found when you have a bad memory like that to repeat it over and over in your head to keep you completely devastated.
See, I think you shouldn't do that because then you're devastated all the time.
All right, now it looks like there's a 55% of the people are voting yes, they still want to do the red carpet.
Oh, swinging back and forth.
Yeah, it's tough. Some of the people just want you to go on and keep telling a lot of the death stories. They think that would be cool.
I just want to drink the rest of this grappa, but I can't.
Just have a fucking swig.
All right.
Don't be a pussy.
This is like my last look at the iBang because it just doesn't load that well in New Zealand. 'Cause
What is that?
The fucking internet is so slow there.
You know what? Let's
it's
get
not
it.
iBang fault.
No, you know what? I'm gonna get a New Zealand server,
That's a great idea. I can help that.
Peter Jackson style.
and let's see if you can drink like a man and not like a little girl. Look at it. Oh, look, Missy had a tiny little sip. Pussy. Seriously.
Put it into your coffee glass, and then you don't have to.
I never.
Rob Cross is gonna have to fucking deal with some shit in this meeting.
Let me just tell you something. From what I just saw you do, you don't drink. So
Bullshit.
seriously,
Bullshit. I pounded hard.
that was a girl's fucking sip. I'm surprised you didn't have a pinky out.
Well, I do like to be classy sometimes.
Andrew, you're on the Ron Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie B. I have a question about the night that Fez's dad passed away. Was that a meatball sandwich or was it a meatball parm sandwich?
No, it was a meatball sandwich, but I did have provolone cheese on it.
Oh, melty.
Christ.
Yeah, I had it perfect. And Fez is like, could you come down and bring an umbrella? I never saw the umbrella. I never ate the sandwich. I'm sorry I start crying on the air, everybody. But there's certain things that, you know, they happen to you and you just never get over them.
It's deep.
Oh, yeah, it's deep. So you're going to be making yourself sad all weekend or just Sunday?
Just Sunday.
What are you going to do now? You thought you were going to cry all day Saturday and you're not.
You are. He's gonna fucking still happen.
I bet he doesn't. Because even when he was doing that thing with his mom, no offense, Fez, it felt like he was faking a little. Like, I'm making this up, and I'm not really all that sad by it.
No, that was a devastating night. That was really, really bad.
Dude, I know what you're going through. Because I remember when my dad died, no, he's still alive.
No, yeah.
I made sure that he exercises and eats properly. I guess I'm a good son or son of the year. If there is such a thing.
Well, I think it hasn't been decided yet for 2013, but you're definitely in the running.
In this, for this show? With the 3 dead dads?
He's running unopposed.
I'm running down a dream. Mike, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie B. You know, I think that Fezzy might have some unresolved issues with his father. Maybe not enough times playing catch. I think Pepper should cue up Cats in the Cradle.
See, here's the thing. That those songs never mean anything to Fez.
It's supposed to be a nice weekend, right? So you could walk around Washington Park and listen to that guy who plays Chopin.
No, I
like
think
that
we're
guy.
supposed to get snow or rain.
Fez hasn't been out of his apartment in 12 years. There's one thing I like to turn out to Harry Chapin, and then I'll pass it on to Bon Jovi. You cannot be a rock star and wear a turtleneck.
My child arrived just the other day.
Fez.
He came through the world in the usual way, but
Cunny.
and bills paid.
Both afraid to fly.
Learned to walk while I was away.
Took Fez till he's 14 till he walked.
And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad.
Transvestite.
I'm gonna be like you. And the cats in the cradle.
Upstate.
And the silver spoon. No. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
The little boy Blue, the man.
Home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. We're gonna have a good time then.
They never get together. I mean, I don't want to spoiler alert. Sorry.
Look, that never happened.
I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said,
You look gay. Like, here's the thing that you can always be proud of, Fez. You cherish the time that you had with your dad, right?
Yep.
You did not move away. You stayed close so that you could be there all the time. Or just think you would have missed thousands and thousands of different things by moving away. You chose your dad. You chose love.
No, I did move away.
Wow.
Yeah.
You deserve a good cry.
Just the other day, so much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you.
Are you really gay?
He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver.
Fucking Harry Chapin thought he was so heavy that he never even brushed his hair. Just let my wild hair tell the story.
We'll get together then, Dad. We're gonna have a good time then.
You okay? Well, he's suffering. Does this song make you feel better, Fez?
No, it really doesn't make me feel anything.
Jesus. Well, I've long since retired.
Ah.
My son's moved away.
Fez.
I called him up just the other day.
Collect.
Said I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time.
Oh, jeez.
What the fuck?
See, my new job's a hassle.
Ron.
Kids of the flu.
No.
But it's sure nice
AIDS.
talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me.
Transvestite.
The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
I turned this off. It actually makes me a little depressing. It really does. I think.
Whatever.
Maybe I see you guys with all your losses and regrets. Maybe I should, give my dad a call. And say, hey.
Where you at? Hit him up.
Thanks for outliving the other guys' dads.
That's the first thing you can say.
Well, my dad loves me enough. He's not going to die. That's because he's caring. He wants to get everything right in our life.
That's where I fucked up. I aim for disaster.
I think I'm only enabling then.
This is good. I love this fucking Pinot Noir shit, man. It's fucking delicious.
That's exactly what I written on the bottle.
Yeah, I love this fucking Pinot Noir. Why ain't taking another little girl's fucking head off?
I can't be getting all fucked up going into fucking this goddamn meeting.
Wham, wham, pussy.
I ain't no pussy.
First of all, no one expects you to talk in this meeting.
Oh, okay. Fuck it then.
They expect you to do one thing: slur and then give thumbs up.
Just take the bottle in with you.
Let them know we don't fuck around. You meet with us, you're going to meet with our problems.
Finish your cross. What the fuck's your problem? Should there be some fucking Pixies playing on fucking SXMU?
After everyone.
Bring it. Bring it, Cross. Let's go. Let's get this shit down.
Come on, hard drinkers. Let's start hard drinking.
Let's figure this shit out in a half hour. Then we out, dog. It's fucking Friday. Right, Rob Cross? Who else is going to be in this fucking meeting?
So you feel better now, Fez?
I do.
I feel better, too, just knowing you're drunk.
Maybe I'm going to need a dead man's cert. Hide the smell of this alcohol in my breath.
No way.
I don't think it's going to help.
All right, we're up to 57% of the people want to do it without you, Fez.
Oh, okay.
Good comeback. That way, it's short, it's truthful, and we don't have to worry about the whole thing with it. You didn't actually do anything. All right, now it's up to 60%.
Jesus fucking Christ, people.
Well, they're honoring Fez by still wanting to do it. Like, pick up the slack for him. Here is John. John, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Yeah, if Fez's mom couldn't reach his dad to give him one last kiss on the lips, why didn't she just use Ron's umbrella? Just give him the tap.
She didn't have the umbrella at that point, but thank you for...
Good, honest comeback, Fez.
Yeah, thank you for a good asshole call about my father.
Just seeing you in that crazy mask is harder and harder to.
How does it look with the mustache?
Oh, God, look at my mustache,
That-
everyone.
that calls-
and
All
my
right.
bruises.
That calls to be the next promo if it's up to Rob Cross. Jesus Christ.
Did you get a good look at his bruises?
Yeah, I just.
They're getting worse.
Yeah, shut 'em
I heard
off.
you guys talking about him earlier, but I.
Well,
I
I think they're breaking up some.
It's black.
Has there been a?
Wait, hold on. Let me see one on the left arm.
AIDS.
Jesus, that's huge.
Sure.
AIDS is now airborne. I'm writing a paper called Airborne AIDS, and if it goes as well as I hope to cause a widespread panic.
Fuck yeah.
And get them to seal off New York. Blow the bridges and tunnels.
Dude, I was just watching The Siege the other day. That shit was crazy, dude. Fucking lots of terrorism.
I was watching The Peach the other day. I'm like, stop trying to get back in. Let's, here's Josh. Josh, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Pepper Hicks,
What up?
if you could kindly YouTube Volkswagen baseball commercial, you could get a good picture of what it looked like for Fez and his dad to be throwing baseball back and forth.
Well, we've all seen the commercial. And that was my point. Like, you wouldn't play catch with your dad because you weren't good at it, Fez?
No, it's I didn't want to. He didn't want to. So it was really something that just never came up. I mean, when I played baseball like at 8 years old with the City League.
Hey,
yeah,
Tony, you're on the Run of Fez show.
He went to a couple games and that was it.
I know. I don't want an honest answer. I was trying to look. I was looking for fun. Tony, go ahead.
Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, Fezzy, sorry about your loss. So, in honor this weekend, I will light 2 candles, one for the meatball sub and the other for the umbrella.
Mean. That's just mean. Who's that a picture of?
Oh, this was the broad, the drunk Rob Morrison was banging.
I think I know that girl from somewhere. She looks really familiar.
She worked for WNBC.
Those are the same fuck faces that use these elevators.
Yeah, I just experienced that.
Oh, nightmares, right?
I was like, what?
Hideous.
How is there so many people here?
Yeah, they're nightmares. That's the NBC fucks. They need a lot of people because they're in 5th place behind a Spanish-speaking fucking puppet show.
Fucking Sabado Gigante is destroying everything on NBC. How's that even possible?
Really, the thing is, NBC, I got the feeling that I could go over there and pick fucking TV shows. How come Showtime and HBO, AMC, FX are all able to pick better shows than NBC?
Because it's just a little less stringent since it's on cable and not broadcast or regular television.
Did you see the following? They're fucking killing old people for no apparent reason.
Maybe this is the beginning of something.
I don't know if you guys talked about it. Did you see the Oliver Stone series on Showtime?
Yeah, I have. I don't feel like letting Oliver read to me.
It was so much information. I was just like,
Yeah, he's like sitting there reading a book. Why don't you just fucking in film we show, we don't tell.
Good boy.
What? Up to 65%?
That pole's climbing.
She's just for some reason keeping an eye on you. Why does that make you sad, Fez? Should make you happy.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Well, it means you've built something people. I just looked over and saw the mask, and
I'm still at my Carnival mask.
it just means you've built something people love, and we're looking forward to. That's great, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I think you're getting the bruises from?
What's that?
Drooping your shoulders. Big boy stance. Sit it up back. Show off that confidence. There you go. He's bruised all over like that from blood thinners.
oh, they finally figured it out.
Yeah. That's what I believe. I mean, I do have a medical degree. Well, I have a shop degree, shop theory. High school.
It's not the same as a medical degree. It's nowhere near close.
Really?
Yeah.
Because if there's a sick lamp, who are you going to fucking call? Ghostbusters.
Well, being a doctor, you'd be seeing a sick human.
You got to fucking come back for everything, don't you?
I'm just saying, you just call yourself a doctor when you're a shop theory major, right? It's.
Let me tell you something, ponytail. Until you're able to sit and drink like a man.
Oh, please.
Do you have a little buzz?
I fucking drink enough of that fast enough. I got a little buzz going into this.
That's all you have to answer is yes.
I got a winner. I got a random winner for this for the Oscar contest, for the Oscar prizes.
I am excited about the Oscar contest, and I'm in it to win it this year.
We all got to be in to win it.
I'm in it.
I'm fucking in.
What did you pick as your best picture? Argo?
Yeah.
I figured.
I had to. It's not what I want to win. I'm gonna like have my own personal ballot of what I want to win. That's not gonna be on there. But I
What do
want
you want
to win a
to?
prize.
What do you want to win?
Well, movies that weren't nominated.
Which one?
I want Moonrise Kingdom to win.
That thing get nominated for best picture?
No.
No,
It's
fucking ridiculous.
Nominated for a Spirit Award, but not an Academy Award this weekend.
Spirit is not what we're doing a contest on.
Nope.
Nope. Go ahead, read off your winner.
The winner of Sin City for just fucking jumping into the contest. Chachimsky. Chachimsky, you're the fucking winner, dog.
If you don't mind,
Yeah.
I can't applaud for Chachimsky.
Chachimsky's got it. You got that Sin City copy.
That's the Grappa talking now.
No,
That's not
the
you.
Grappa's-
That's the fucking Grappa's taking
I
over.
talk for me. The Grappa doesn't. Dad, since your fucking internet's so shitty in New Zealand, you should fucking fill out a bracket right now. Fucking be a baller. Get that fucking Billy Bob DVD.
Grappa, easy.
Good idea. Will you ship to New Zealand if you?
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
I overnight my rent. It's great.
I haven't seen a lot of the movies though.
You don't have to see any movies. Just go to the odds maker page.
Pick the hype.
Yeah, go to the odds makers.
I did see The Master on the last
Did
flight
you
I
like
was
it?
on there. It was amazing, man. I was
And
like,
yet, it's done terrible with critics. It did terrible at the box office. I think it's fucking brilliant.
I don't understand. I thought he has a cleft lip or he got it fixed.
Yeah, well, he was born with it, so I guess it's been fixed to some extent.
Yeah.
You don't think you see it anymore?
I thought I really saw it in
Yeah.
that movie, and I just hadn't noticed it as much before.
Oh no! If you go back and watch everything that he's done,
Here's just freak shows fucking cleft lips.
Oh.
that's the grappa. You can't blame him. That's he's drinking.
Look at that. Look at that creepy line leaving from his fucking
Dude, that's
mouth.
just your alcohol. This guy's one of our most talented actors.
Sure, he's talented, but it doesn't mean his fucking freakish face doesn't weird me out.
I hope no one has one in the meeting.
If I hadn't already seen most of these, though, I think I would go to that 24-hour thing. I think that'd be fun to see if you could pull that off.
Yeah, I'd watch one and then leave.
No, all of them.
No,
24 hours.
I can't sit around 24 hours watching movies. I'd end up hating film. All right, Fuzzy, since Hicks is drinking for the meeting, you keep the mask on for it?
Oh, absolutely.
What the
Good.
Weird him out as much as possible.
I want to let these fuckers know. And I'm going to walk in, douse the fucking table with gasoline, drop a fucking match, and say, let's talk, boys. Let's negotiate. There is a new report out. This is a spy report. This is going up on the iBang in just seconds.
Spy report. Spy report.
That the Pope is resigning because a Cardinals report found an underground gay network inside of the Catholic Church, and they were apparently moving funds around, money, and allegedly children. So,
No. Just trading children like goddamn dominoes.
You trade
I
dominoes?
didn't go see the Vatican when I was in Rome. They're gonna like blow it up now.
You know, the funny thing is that everybody will forget. That's the beauty of it. You need something to believe in. Thanks for so much for stopping around.
Thank you guys.
I'm going to enjoy this Cuban cigar that you smuggled back into our country. Where'd you have to keep it?
You don't want to know. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
bad.
No, it doesn't bother me.
It was. You saw how well it was wrapped. So
Yeah,
it's fine.
I don't mind an ass smoke.
Yeah, it's fine. No worries, fellas.
I'll fucking tie off. No, I don't care where it came from. Thanks for the grappa for this fucking drunk.
Big ups, Decibel Wine. Delicious.
Thank you guys.
Fezzi put the mask on and
Thank you for the Carnival mask.
nice.
And getting to say Carnival.
Sorry, guys.
That's it for us. Enjoy your weekend. Looks like we'll still set up the Oscar thing online, even though Fez is going to be using that as a morning day. But we'll check in with you over the iBang over the weekend.
We're gonna fuck this meeting up. We're gonna fuck it up.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
My show, donk.